committee. Petitions committee ni koye ekohwe mu wia. Na mo report be parliament. The obedi report no bananka ye debate report no a. Eno na speaker no adwenkyere bi so ma ruling bibia we akase we speaker say debi mesintem me ma ruling wa ma ruling. We die ankobasa speaker ji petition no. Wa ama na kwan ama na ankasa. O say o ma na kwan ama na kasa. Nanso obi nim ne ba ya. Omoko parliament sa da no no. Imputuprumu no speaker ma atoforsen kwan Dr. atoforsen kwan say onye statement. Efasem kro no a.
Instead of say petition na Haruna Edusu
be no. Na speaker ma atoforsen kwan ma na be statement. Asem kro no a. Yemra mu no de obi statement a odimi ma rule wo ho. Because statements no they are informative. Statements ma information kwa. Be information we ba no bia na ehun be hia say be ye bibi. Na speaker ma directive.
Okay.
Se bia obi abeka say asem say na si ne constituency. Ehia say be so anu ntentem. Osofo be na ye na say dey say obe respond be a road minister and Western housing minister and I say education minister. Yem friend impru no mra ekina. Yem friend na asema abano. Omemaye ne pumasi bre. The speakers give directives arising or ensuing from statements. Statements don't provoke debate.
Okay.
Ena enti obi akoma ruling. And the speaker and the ruling now be your statement no me
on the 17th of October.
Yes, me and my friend say Mr. Speaker I said there we ye there. Wa mana me ye petition. The statement this only me say statements they don't generate rulings. I don't know they for debate ma. The ruling now be no based on what? The beginning is a discussion and was you omoye comment on the statement and he was invited to give a ruling.
Okay.
Into oka say and na ye benada oka say yawada no the ruling beba. What the ruling ne buy. I'm catching say, but you know, say you should have declined that invitation. When was I there in Yembra Quemua? Was a Yembra and say a friend in the Meva can be. And Timini di sang common. Say, I believe say he got it wrong. Statements don't generate any ruling. And I said, call
Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court, no, say, Speaker, be a ruling no say. On only considered opinion, ne say, or my casa day. It means say I'm vacate your seats. Na afenya no sa call court to be say yemfa ye injunct speaker. Say asem na waka no. Ye omunso ne nsem say there be
stay of execution.
Stay of execution because asem na nkasa ne pon wo mo ho amunyankan ye. Na ye nyankan na say okoye mu bibia. On person beka say contemptuous of Supreme Court asem na wo ho no. Na mum Supreme Court no enso ne nsem say na be ya nia waka no yemfa nya adwuma kopem se omobeka asem na wi e tintin tete nyina na say Supreme Court kotena asem no so no and omo no by senior winning no by a 5-2 majority no omobeka say the speaker eyeye no ye fa na sa enyeye na speaker na asem na okan no ugina de speaker okoi eyeye mfie nan abesen ko no ohene Speaker Okoi asmo ka oyeye no. At that time na me majority leader. Amanfo bi me ba matise nkrofo bi so ai MPP for Okoi ye no na e mu nyina de obi ankasa. Enya no kresa. Speaker Okoi da no Okoye sa de no. Ye call ne day mu bebe ya speaker ne holding room a presiding meeting. Wo de krata na New Patriotic Party atro no. E kire yen se omo se omo a spell esiama.
From the party.
From now. Inti, somebody spelling the dia, like you say, he ceases to be a member of parliament. Me catch him, Mr. Speaker, say, no, me no nyadwin. Me no nyadwin, sir. So, seven me kind, no. Speaker, backbing, so I may know your second deputy speaker. Only me yadwin, say, there be Speaker, okay, intimate, yes, sir.
Okay.
Inti, I didn't ask the same time, I'm a U10. na
me at the time I wanna o catch speaker okwe say ontimi nye ruling no
say ontimi and translate the expulsion of somebody from a party no ontimi from my parliament because
they declare say why declare the seat vacant no. At that time no Babin was in support of you.
He was in support of me.
And then when he was giving his ruling, he said he was following
not just
the ruling by
speaker okwe ayebi.
Interesting.
Me okwe be no me ka say me de ne constitution me say constitution no say enipa no say and also resign and I say no na say resign there any seat ni follow and
na cross carpet
resignation no be a parliament pay eh anabo Kofi Asante ono no ye NDC ni wa Amenfi West, I think. Kofi Onwana at that time. I'm saying SMBC party, no dear before say Ojai party. I'm not resigning. Kofi no I DC under Rawlings and son over Parliament. Or by no, he was saying and he was their spokesman on energy. And now, as I'm the bassa, and I Kofi Asante resigning. And you by election. Professor, what you saying? And so. Ono across carpet na no be cross carpet no sorry ye say ono no ye UP ni ye MPP ni assembly ne buy no call NDC or buy parliament no or who say the philosophy a different from NDC philosophy nti or cross carpet like I say or saying abe dom MPP bi and na symbolically no or cross carpet no war between the majority and the minority
my friend
the friend of the aisle no divided the two sides no or cross ye no then men say the seat no abedam pan
I vacant
enti me catch and say in both instances no omo mienu na de omo pemu years party ndi me kasa why you say etia me enti no why you say etia party no enti ye yi free mu and the party by their constitution can do that but it cannot translate into parliament no ohene me ko fa free 1993 na asembesi ye no 1993 on say yebeto aba 1992 no na konkomafo ne nanumbafo wo ntokwa bi ansa asesem yeto aba ne wie no asem ko pie parliament Alhaji BA Fuseni ano Tamale Central na oye deputy whip for the majority NDC samre no Moses Mabengba na oye Saboba MP na Moses no oye konkombeni Alhaji Fuseni no oye dagombeni na asem ko pie parliament na omudi hu emu abobo no na Alhaji Fuseni ne kan say konkoma for na asase omoteso no nyina ye dagomba fo nsase na say omo anyai na mo ne nanumba fo no ye na I'm quoting his words dagomba fo no be flash konkoma fo no out now if they resist they will exterminate them.
Oh, strong words
say mu say ombe pamo mo free ho na say omka say omo nkodi a na ese kumkro mbekum
ombe shomase
and na Moses and so sorry once you konkomeni on dey ni bre say obi eni ho fi wiase ofi nyame he wo ba odi asase ba ye nyina ga na ha ye ka de a ye ka ne ye a ye nyina ye tutu fi ba bi ne de ba de say o say mo be hye ase a me ka kire mo say da gombeni ba ko ekum da gombeni ekum konkomeni ba ko a ye konkomafo nye te say Israelfo mukum ba ko e bekum du mukum du e bekum wo ha na mukum wo ha de a e bekum empim du. That is what Moses kai and ye ba parliament Emma party no ba no dafo mrashe bedwefie ho no ne kan say ompa Alhaji BA Fuseni echew no ka say onye na asem wo kan no waka say tia ono ni nkrofo ni ethnic group they say omunya asem pepe bia nganje de say ono wodro asem no na asem no ho tia ni nkrofo no say ono wodro no pa ne chew dia on wodro na wodro china eno ma omode no ko party empanimfo eho the party ko kam tipam ho no Alhaji BA Fuseni na ni efi o ye Tamale secondary school headmaster akoye director of education regional director of education in the northern region no the free hoba parliament team fie mu no che no sebe producer e ba bra so abobra e che Moses Mabengba Moses na owie university kura nchere ena oba parliament nti omo yes ena parliament won ankasa so di bia che no ena o se we di enye peninsem ne yeka he's spoken against my ethnic group na say mo se onyina hwa na say munya say bebe menka che ne mo se nyina hwa ena party ne yes ne omo yi ne fi party no omo expelling from the party they then wrote to speaker Anan DF Anan say enka mo be yi ne free parliament ene na obeda Samoa Same no ya attorney general wote asem no na obi gina finfin ka se da bi
emra kwan so
wunti nyina sa party no de ye constitution ko betime yi ne free party no na emom no sa wo ko yi ne free parliament de article 97 no nkyere sa enti wuntimi nyina so enyini mfiri ho na otu omfo se omunya na omo settle asem no
in all this discussion this issue ember up
me catch so
in all the discourse by we this is the first time
so that is what happened nti okwei yes me draw attention to all these things and the man backbing so Simon say any parliament backbing attested to the main mekan you know because Moses you know obey madamfo
okay
you call parliament 1997 no Simon no obey chairman on youth and sports na member committee no so the sports so na manage ho na meka ho asem nti no obey madamfo nti sebe course no ono na brief me say na isiko ye nyina
okay
nti meka asem no na backbing support me say the meka no correct nti he supported me so na eno danchen speaker Ajaho
do
Ajaho so bai on say we should na we first the
Joe Wise
na oye independent member and na ono so ebegina MPP party no abeti dey apre akonwa na ba na sa asem kro no aba nei obi tro krata de bre Ajaho efa wo say wusu enipa mienu na ade no ye involved.
Okay.
The second person was Michael Tenyanu.
MTN.
Na ono de oye NDC ni. Oko primaries and olusu ye and was say the next parliament no.
Oko independent.
Wanko independent. Oka so oko Nana Kwadu party no. Emu. Oti ase. Nti obi tro krata say ono nso wadi campo nti na Ajaho ka say debi. And the Ajaho didn't entertain sir to and the Sunday man me no so na wo ho.
Okay. And your reference say
speaker okay say and unti me yes sir.
Okay.
He disagreed with me.
Okay.
Na make say Bagbin agreed with me. As I call parliament in the plenary no. Oko kan krata no. Me sorry I catch and say I disagree with him. I'm not going to litigate the matter. So I make say I disagree with you, Mr. Speaker.
But you not litigate
the matter.
Okay.
Me nkotwe ho manso. But as I work me no nya adwen. Me as a majority leader me no nya adwen.
That's interesting perspective.
Eno ma Fuseni Inusa.
Inusa Fuseni.
Samre no no parliament. Fuseni got up and supported me.
Okay.
Say no. Even though now no reason is different. Okay, say ontimi nyesa. Na sem kra wo say nko de ba me debate ansa.
Okay.
That was for a different reason.
Okay.
Me de na me nyini say no ye constitutional. But that is how Angela no fa free say.
Okay.
Or say debate asem na na obeka ho asem waka. So what I say ontimi nyesa. Now support to say me make say me disagree with him no. These are part of your records.
Okay.
And the betisa nkrofo so na buy NPP fo anka ho hwe ni obi anka bibia enye no kresa.
Anyway.
Enti sasam no nyina chi no. So na me kan yi me de me ne speaker I express my disagreement. But no chi no me ka che ne say but ne waka na waka. Na me de na me eje na say ne Akufo Addo se say kra de me sha say na Supreme Court ruling ne buy.
Okay.
Se say omo de aba. Omo de aba no. Na no ya me konkran. Now this president vice president e ka say me ko ya de ma no ni me ko Friday
okay
me nda no me ne speaker Bagbin e kasai say ni abe ya rule na ba no me sure say one Supreme Court nya adwen ba nya hwe e bi asipen Akufo Addo 2012 yɛ de asɛm kɔ Supreme Court 2013 election petition mu bueti ayɛ no yɛn ka sɛ Akufo-Addo ka sɛ ɔne court no nya adwen. However, in deference to the Supreme Court, no,
you respect their decision.
Respect their decision. Even though no money adwen.
Okay.
Timika Chen said, Mr. Speaker, you can say the same thing. So no be cancer asem no. You had well considered the language of the Constitution, both the spirit and the letter, and our bas our conclusion. No. And to be honest, Supreme Court in adwen. However, Supreme Court did to me na momo. Some interpret it Jomaka. Even though no money adwen no. Asoma maka no de be yedwuma. Na yɛ sɛ aforo Akufo-Addo deɛ no na afei nanka nea wɔsɛ yɛ no yɛyɛ
ɔgyetum
ɔka kyerɛ me sɛ nea maka no ɔbɛdwen ho na obiara ɛmfrɛ no koraa ne ne ɛnni nkɔmmɔ sɛnea mene no di no.
Okay, after the decision, Supreme Court decision.
Memenda na ɔtwe
Oh,
ne
I
that
see.
was after the Supreme Court decision na ɔka kyerɛ sɛ ɔbɛfrɛ me.
Okay.
And ɔkura ni bɛsi nnɛ ɔmfrɛ me meme yɛ sɛ memakyiri adwo bɛɛbɛɛ 3-4 days mɛtie
Okay.
I so bɛfrɛ me a so ɔmfrɛ me a I'll still go out of my way to
Okay.
also engage him. However, ɛnɛ yi ɛna mete sɛ ɛnra majority leader ɛde ɛnwoma san akɔma no sɛ on recall parliament bi ɔho
Na ɛbɛfa
technically
recall no sisa no aka 2 weeks ne ekoto
it's
abɛ.
constitutional. You have within 7 days to respond and recall parliament and then can no na your constitution no 7 days na all can say you must act within 7 days no one can say 7 days no I was say e bia someone parliament on the 8th day on the 9th day
Okay.
we just open ended it me can say first one you know say di be na odwumi ensan na oye but say you standing on this for no e dey shame say one second request now you have 7 days within which to act.
Okay.
And a summoning parliament no should not exceed 7 days.
Oh, okay.
And what it means is
that mandatory.
Yes,
Okay.
and what it means is that untimi nko more than 2 weeks.
Okay.
And certainly so the crata no kwa I was say summon parliament. Me difficulty is 22nd na odiakono. Because was summon parliament but when 7th December.
Okay.
So nti baby asema aba no me gidi say speaker oye nipa o ni personal ego so nti Supreme Court di aba no ka media me stressing ka speaker no obehwe the Supreme Court ra ye nanka o invite the two leaders the majority leader and minority leader media madwen asema me kan no nanka say na me hwese ABC.
Okay.
Supreme Court do rule na ba me no mo nya adwen dey but they was respected.
Okay.
Was respected dia and the nature say the status quo ante should hold.
Okay.
Nti ye ba minority monta bia na mote no na we msunta bia mote na afei Ghana e ho do nti no yenko ni yiso when sa bibia
Asundwe baba.
na ohene de ma ehia say be say there are so many serious matters and confirm for my
So bodu ya me back. Honorables mene Honorable Osechi Mensa Bonsu oye member of parliament for the Swame constituency. Ono anso obekaya immediate pass majority leader in parliament. Ono anso the minister for parliamentary affairs. Beneno etwetwe enkomo enwumbre ewo democracy jumadi so ewo Kessben perspective wa share with us enwumbre efa the brohaha akoso ewo parliament bejidi yese what say wonti ewo bibia bidinga de Ohene Gyan betedwam enwumbre the producers ahyehyɛ de ebremu na enkyeremu a ode abai na me koso ebisa no sɛ baby ode ndi sɛ ebia ka sɛ ebia ono na wo ho sɛ majority leader egasene on speaker babin ebi om interaction tie ne anade no ebi anka ye ndru baby ayedri enye fair question to you but bia me pese me push you na me tifiri ho se dia amanfo eka se enka ye ndru baby ayedri no woni omo ya adwen
ohene say wo sha se wo ye mra nimni question now bisa me was wonim say fair question so say me bisa
me aso na me bisa sa question
ma sa kuru wana mpa me ho so wa hwe ya ho open yi wa hwe ya na nsem ni bia obeka no ne bia e undermine the leadership of parliament no it's not right na say no me meji se bia be dru no
me bisa we because e bia ka say aside the legal way the Supreme Court decision no
right
enka bia ye the legal no to nchen na nka ye try say ye be use other means bia enka no mom ebeboa sa angle no so
Ohene asem bia ni ha eba anya esene ketrema ye deka even at the war front kra no ye konto kwa twe tuo twa sekan ya obehwe no na negotiation bi koso on the sidelines baby so me say baby bedru no let's talk back being as a speaker no invite leadership no leadership no so engage Mr. Speaker na yen hwe say ebenya asem no epumasi bre. I'm saying so because see also make us say name be ACC a ipa bi enim oh say nan say mu ho baby etuate domfo bi amufi Burkina Faso ombe bowura Ghana mo fa family side ho so te ho asem why because you see yenya your boundaries with Burkina Faso no yen share den define ni papa wo eninti abai de emre biaba Boundaries Commission law bill I was a parliament pass I want to buy no crena bill no ni in very good shape papa the ba me nim no the honorable Adabo our Mancran society ono ye chairman of Lands and Forestry Committee
okay
nti odi ade ne bre me hwe me hu say ani na hopa nti me profile amendments bebre pani a oda sa ade na no aye so japani be friend General Kutia
Kutia
nti oba ye no ade be kire me na me ka se no o se ye sakra anya me nko a me wie no me frɛ me ma double frɛ NDC for no anabo agaga no ana mu nyina ba ma ye trans ma ye clean ade no nti se ma na make mo tiase we have cleaned the bill
okay
we need to pass it immediately 4 days in them ate se German kofu bi no pese no so mo for boko enema esisi hu no pese bowra boko e bagana ya hwe ya ete hono wi ne bia bisi we need to deal with those things so nim say World Bank 4 years some brains ke bia me dey CC if about $250 million bi what you say eno sika no eda ho a omudi my grand component e mo eso ai de bebo ye bra no eno so ye mpa na Ohene ye abato afibia no ye wo mini budget because we ntimi nye budget kese e ma no nchechire the next succeeding government no nti we ye ne mini budget e friend vote on account for person miensa ne yakwi no si ntimi anye sa ade no ntimi anye sa vote on account no let's afene ko awie from 1st January afere ko awie ya from 1st January yenye sika mfa mo ye brawo aban adwuma ye fo krampo no yenye sika mfa ntua moka is that what you want eno ne ye hwa na nti megidi se ne ya bedru no o se etimi sisi sa ansem na aba no ema parliament ko back na sa ne man etimi ko yifiri ho
okay
2008 hayi aban adwuma ye fo bi o maketu yasem so okaya president say buy was parliament and approve we ntimi ntua obi aye adwuma so ntua neka sane man e wo ha eno so emayo
okay
we need to deal with all these things so and I'm say ayi sikasem hu hwehwe bebre bi wo ha o say timi ye no nyina efi ho
okay
emre aka no eno so what I think I would suggest they say that long list of government business I was say
community so
simple yentimi nyeni nyina we should do reprioritization
okay
ne enkasa okay ne manum yi ne mansin de ye the one day and 2 days bitimi aye
no more year free
yetimi ye free ho
na man sa de na besie man sa Ghana because yeah was here tifri mo was say yɛwɔ ɛnɛ ekosi 6th of January na yɛate kora mpo sɛ nka nkyɛ mo bɛrise 2 weeks na yɛkɔtɔ aba ne 2 weeks pɛpɛɛpɛ enti mo antimi anyɛ saa deɛ yɛ a yɛkeka yi mo antimi an prioritize anyɛ bi a Ghana at the end of the city through Saibia contingency budgets for first quarter and all that. Ghana at the end of the city.
You think that you may want to believe, say, ABI 26, 7th, 8th, 9th, ABI after 10th, enya results. You beat me a sitting.
Okay.
But about we, a lot of people are saying, say, you're close. What if party back on? And me enya and cross 50+1% no. Na yeah call run off. To send you see 2018 na. Numpo after run off numpo yenya winner. Ye call time and san ye kunya winner.
Na de ne besi.
Ye no na kan nansa. Na hand over. You not have space to do those things.
Okay.
Oh, when you space to do that and so especially when you say I can say to yourself the mini budget, the vote on account no. What then it mean say from January no hand over parliament no our hand over we need to be as be approve a mini budget be
okay.
And the new parliament no and so entimi approve budget based on what you say the new government in the deba new government are fain obey in ministers and sana usually no by February ya vetting awie na omo abaye budget na approve no untimi ntua abaye adwuma ye ni bia ka January untimi sika bia ntua naka.
Okay.
Because there's no approval. In fact parliament na betra se 7 January to even handover to
6th of January
6th of 7th of January a speaker so ama president na ya traba ama no aba be swear in before parliament no that thing cannot happen.
Hey.
Because there will not be any money approved for it.
Wow.
These are dangerous things that we are avoidable, that we can avoid and must avoid.
Okay.
And Tina, ubia sabe, ubia ego, ubia pride, no.
Also, the okay.
Now the Supreme Court I can.
Honorable Eye Osei Chi Mensa Bonsu, Member Parliament for Swabe Constituency, Majority Leader, immediate past, also Minister for Parliamentary Affairs, made an exclusive interview in Chakrano, Menenu Pepe, Mayor for Kumase, Ewoha Enyumre, Samuel Pine, Ewoha Enyumre, Professor Smart Sapon, Ewoha Enyumre, NDC representative, Ewoha Enyumbre. You ever heard the science and data 2024 December 2 weeks per from today saying and science and data no actually who wins what and when and how you be cause our discussions but answer na remember be honorable na yere and chebiana his excellency the vice president or parliamentary candidate for presidential candidate or flag bearer for the New Patriotic Party Oba to ewo Ashanti region baby a onam bia me hu say na udinechi a one no enanama mobo apro campaign no so far ene ensema eba tem didie ne nsempi president Kufuor de enso so ebetwam ne ade wo kan nyina aboma how is it going?
Well, Dr. Baumia campaign no koyi. Ohene senya woken na medinechi me bae no me beto mu no medinechi from Monday na nyumre branda joad ayukuada yawada. Ifiara na meka se ono aka se menkodi dwuma bi won kran ma. Na me fin kran ba Monday ni me san be join Monday Tuesday ansa na yewie. Ohene medi presidential candidates echi from Adubu Ahin time within the MPP. Adubu Ahin, Kufuor, Nanado, Baumia. Me who will be our presentation. Oye. NDC for Rawlings, President Mills, John Mahama. Metie woman so woman took a campaign platform and some of more. I would say, without any sense of equivocation, sɛ menhunu presidential candidate biara wa engage amanfoɔ no wayɛ so thorough on the presentation mu so afa nsɛm nkorɛnkorɛ wakyerɛkyerɛ mu n'ani so ade hunu ne ɔpɛ sɛ ɔbɛyɛ ɛde akyerɛ nipa no bɛmia ɔba constituency ɔba Ashanti ɔkɔ constituency biara na ɔyɛ 2 meetings dedi kan no ɔne stakeholders na wɔ include nananam ahemfo wɔ include zongo ahemfo wɔ include asɔfoɔ wɔ include imams ansa na wɔ include district hɔ anaasɛ constituency hɔ nnwuma a ɛwɔ wɔ hɔ no wafrɛ wɔnom nso ɛba no dafo no bi aba ne vision a wɔpɛ sɛ ɔno ɔmo hyɛ no wafa no maako ansa na no otie ɔmo koraa sɛ deɛ na wɔhwɛ sɛ bi a nyame yɛ adom na sɛ tumi ne ba me nsɛm a meyɛ. Of course, most of them infrastructure ɛwɔ hɔ no mbɛkeka yakwan yɛ kookoo ɛna yɛ galamsey nkurɔfoɔ yɛ sika akɔ nkurɔfoɔ tu ha na yɛpɛ sɛ moyɛ ho hyehyɛ yie yɛsɛ mo pam wɔ mo monyɛ nhyehyɛ ma yɛ nkurɔfoɔ no nso nyɛ adwuma nyɛ. So all these things they will talk to na ɔno nso nya kwan a n'ani so ade ho bɛfa no maako baumia baabi a meetings a wɔyɛ no saa stakeholders encounter no wɔde dɔnhwere baako ɔbɛkasa asɛm no wɔhyɛ daa package dɔnhwere baako wafa nsɛm no nkran yɛwie a ɛne akɔyɛ mini rally ɛne deɛ wɔne MPP foɔ ɛbɛhyia no ɔbɛdwam ɛno nso about the same thing. He will speak between 50 minutes and 1 hour aka nsɛm no maako nti ɔhene na meka sɛ menhunu obi a ɔyɛ so thorough yɛnam dada no ansa na adubu ahe bɛba baabi a wobɛhyia nkurɔfoɔ no ansɛ yɛ na ama nkurɔfoɔ adi kan nipa bɛɛ num anansia na asɛ bɛhɛ aba bɛɛ 10 because yɛse panin bɛduru hɔ bɛɛ no nan a yɛfi tu nkurɔfoɔ ɛwɔ hɔ no obiara ɛka biribi kakra ansa na waba nti ɔno kora bɛba no platform no so nipa bɛɛ num kora bɛsan adi n'anim akasa nti wobɛhu sɛ presidential candidate no ɛbɛkasa bi a bɛyɛ 5 minutes apro so a bɛyɛ 10 minutes na rally na yɛnde ne yɛkɔ. You don't have time to really assess nipa ni yie wonya kwan fa no nto nsɛnni ni so yie wonya kwan tie ne kasa yie na meka sɛ nea baumi ayɛ no is so different and okra edu baby na mesuro man and health said debi this will be too telling on him. So constituency bia because for 2 hours 2 separate meetings. Now on the average we have 3 constituencies a day speaking for 6 hours every day meaning na nyasem ketwa na enti obia utie no eno na yes obia obe prim na come say me de my madwene don't convince me with facts so yes dia utie papa no kasa mu a akoma te say obebubu akoma you not only end up being convinced but beyond being convinced you know, you'll be persuaded by the force of the argument they'll be making and enti me kai say nanu ye obaye 2 places bi a ye call ye wie on say na numu ho de nkofo bi kan titiri asofo bi na we kremuni de empene mana medie so ne manema the 2 places na ye call ye no baby no okasa na mehu say asofo bi ote ho no but when any man na nim no whereas others were laughing and applauding only they know why stone face to when any me pa enti ye wie na me call ne ho na me say sofo mbisa na sorry a pastor will catch me and I say ensma beti no eti saying no say abo me din say woni ni pass me say me say what is wrong na me say ai and na osere na so and okre obi sam say me kwa sorry no say me kwa sorry o dey so be na me kwa na me kai and o say minia me kana kra kire wa me die na my madwen say kremoni me nto aba makremoni because ejidie nko enti na imom asɛm a papa na bɛka nnɛ no wɔ sɛ ebubu makoma nti me kofi a ɛnyɛ me nko me kɔ ka kyerɛ me yere ɛne me mma ne mma mi wɔ sɛ ne mma mienu aso a ɔmoto aba saa ɔno mienu no wɔde ɔno ɔmokɔ ka ɔno ɔmokɔ hyɛ nea ɔba a ɔbɛteɛ sɛ ɔmo nyina nkɔtɔ ba ɛma baumia. We went to a second place the following day. A similar thing happened. Nti sofo no mekobisa no ono de o ka kire me say o yam pipi ni but what about makremoni na ye ne den na so nsema be tie fi papa ne ho no papa ne nse no mu odu no hu say he represents the future of this country. I'm quoting him. Nti na mo munyire mo ho.
Okay.
Munyire mo. So I could see say asemna pani be kai na to na koma so. Nti ohene because he will speak to economy no kwaya nam so be infrastructure. So yenuanom ndisifo kasa bia ye bobo besia bebre ni nema he's now speaking to enema de sikanaye say schools free senior high school there free senior high school asana school infrastructure classrooms do a yesie secondary schools classroom yesie eye ebro empim over 2000 classrooms say yes sir I didn't know 2000 classrooms. So nye schools that are now expanded and anka wo de ye school fufura anka ye say blocks classrooms na wo mu anye dormitories this ka say bia wo converting it to sa blocks ni bi dia ye schools anka be ye say what you say assuming say school bia no empo wo ye classrooms no be 30 mpo ne wo mu a which is not likely because from 1 to 3, unya 30, would mean say 10 streams. You don't have 10 streams. What you say? Wahine, kabe hu say obeye new schools we see, ka obe see perhaps over 100. What you say? But old ones na expanding.
Okay.
To kind wasem. Acquiring roads. And this is for be roads. Aye present ko for free hono. Ohene mini mabaha no aka asemi pense president Kufo free so Ghana your road network president Kufo they call 69,000 NDC4 in fact the new roads are Kufo the 69 Kufo by na ye kwanyina 39,000 and we increase no call 69,000 69,000 no na bebre feeder routes na kane enka oman eno di mu ni enka ho ntina maintaining those roads na any or mindful to any ye Kufo ne beka ni nyina de kan ho na Kufo kwan ankasa wo ye 8 years no na ye 12,000 kilometers no de kan total road network no indeed the 30,000 no 18,000 na ye feeder roads ada
okay
they obey improve no de kan ho no ye 12,000 and this for buy no ye jogidisu ene Fuseni Inusa almost be more than the big home. They increased the total road network from 69,000 to 78,000.
Okay.
Almost 9,000 kilometers. And they can. We are quite animal no. A good for Dubai. And then as some can. The total road network has increased from 78,000 to 103,000 kilometers. 25,000 kilometers now back home.
That is more than doubled the President Kufo Edebeka.
Absolutely. Indeed, I been say the Wabeye road network and the Odiaka Hone unprecedented. No. So you see, who be says cano, ye the idea, Ibino no. Agenda 111 eba. Hey, me who say Sam, and it hey. Sam be dear dance say. Na minim say wafa, yes, swami runabout. Ufi swami runabout. Na wokwa kusi wa. Ukwa kusi wa. Sa stretch na wo hono. The only government hospital na wo kwa no so na wo bole. Na a government health center, na a clinic and wo bole. And na aban we buy you know. Yeah, the polyclinic, akọ big polyclinic akọ bole ho. Ni krom ho just before I do bole no. About a kilometer away, 2 kilometers away from Bole no my say big. But indeed that's the only if you run about air kwa menkasa hospitals in the whole. Na reputable hospitals or St. Patrick's Hospital or Offenso a Catholic for there. What to ask could do Techimaya Holy Family or a Catholic for there. Mother Romana Hospital in BC. what was to be you could do in Gia health a yin and a hospital now on a Methodist Vodia. A buying hospital ne be new until you got to Bole, which was just a clinic. Now agenda 111 Tino. And there yen swami, yenya yen dear yakoyen wo, yakoye polyclinic, anomani. In fact, yen poe the anodi and then agenda 111. Na ye vabed project bia yedi kan ba na ye 8 polyclinics. Ano ba ko ne wo trade no. Ba ko wo do man himkru. Nti acheche no sa. Ukodu kode constituency na wo ho no. Kwabre ho yeze kwabre west beboa. And also nya omode o. Then okodu offenso. Offenso na ayi ba say no because of St. Patrick's no dey call offenso krom ha. Bema ba ko collapse. The St. Patrick's said near seven community ni nya na sa ni enfa call another place. Offenso start nya omode. Offenso north nya omode. And what was ko Techiman south na Holy Family wo Techiman no. Omo se nya omo nya omode wenchi omo nya omode. So that stretch because he wa no say there are 7 hospitals abaho. Aka na nge bi ni ho. Aba no ho fa so no. Ohene ya be planning for food and jobs. Planning for food and jobs. So be say enu anom ndisi for am so na mo betu sika agu ya fa nya hwe. So who say 3 weeks ago World Bank affiliate bi abeye a survey of food sufficiency and food security in Africa. The 3 best countries in Africa no, South Africa in terms of food security. Ghana is 3rd, South Africa in Kenya is 2nd, and Ghana toso miensa. Food sufficiency and food security. And education, maka say free senior high, and maka infrastructure but the quality of education 2 years ago the 3 best students no more Ghana for and so the new NDC for I say there be education require dilute no ya dilute no so who say and also so one be nhwemu a kire say Africa henyina no quality of education no Ghana places 2nd after Tunisia after Tunisia. And teacher say we have not wasted sikanokwa. And ohene all these things, good governance, infrastructure, the cost of living. About we buy you say a bauxite, you say a cost so near the aluminium. One says I don't know aka. Enya huge deposits of iron ore. Eye Boankra inland port. Ohene me ba habre bi no be kan say sa inland port no yan say one of railways are sabe kwa
for so be any
so obi ani ho abekwa fa obepere so say mamu nyem assessment whatever na mo yemfa nto trailer so emesi Boankra na emeye assessment ye wi a ya san de si trailer foforo so it doesn't make economic sense ki say train air free port ho straight to her na ye wi a ye assessment na nipa coordinate so de kosunyane so de bekumasi so de kotamale wotimi de akọ ohene sa projects no the smelters na pese ye ndimi nye adentia because in the sub region the cost of electricity is highest in Ghana yen akosombo who produce electricity or ha 4 cents per kilowatt hour pon almost 5 cents, 4 point something, about 4.6 cents. Do you find 5 cents? Bui is about 5.5, you find 6 cents. But thermal plants na they bana you use crude to power them no. On say those days na me minority they no more dey ba marry no money because the cost of this esoso do. Ohene now thermal plants no produce electricity man is at a cost of 16 cents per kilowatt hour.
16 as in 16.
16 cents per kilowatt hour.
More than tripled that of even a crampo. Pong.
And the generation mix in Ghana now is in the region of about 13-14 cents. Oh, Cote d'Ivoire, ye kwa ahokyere mu no mo brain kanea Cote d'Ivoire omo use thermal plants nko awo generators nko a then na omo de na mo use ye omo ni nsuo de a ne boofo no mo power no say ye kwa ahokyere no mo ton man a Cote d'Ivoire votimi ton eman at 10 cents what you say yen omo kwa ahokyere mu a wo de no aye 13 14 they say yeah but say ton bi ma Cote d'Ivoire for a we have to sell at 10 cents. Like I said, it means that Ghana ye ton ya dia ma wo no. I was say some subsidies ma Cote d'Ivoire.
Wow.
O hene de make can be see hono ne say ye power no. Ye ntimi mfa yusu emfa nye ayi sa smelting of aluminium no any iron ore no. Anything na be umi ase. Me de say solar. Eba abeka ho. Now these three
generation mix
friends saying hydro dams and my about 1860 megawatts but me say me ba in fina na wo manimu no me solar power 2000 became 1860 we have 1080 that is 3800 me now optimum demand of electricity we Ghana say 3600 everything being equal say yen develop anymore. Of course averagely you hear 3000 to 3003 on daily basis. Now see benya sa 2000 ka ho a ohene at very low cost no say about averagely 6 cents per kilowatt hour no and a bit me akoye sa smelting no enya no a you can't do the smelting of the iron ore.
Iron ore deposits here was shiny and even a powerful crowd or large deposit of iron ore.
Yes, I know. Send you name say fencing Western region. And then a war. But shiny no is more than 20 times near war a Western region. What I say. And nyame boy God wants to give us a new beginning. But we should have forward-thinking leaders. Na be boy am yetimi aye sade no. Yenya ene edan yehia. Ohene obi abehia no obehia no kejetia na sabe fifire tire no kase jack me ho akire me pedan. Enya sa dan na estate developers na ye ni bi no present. Okofesia we. Let's build flats. Send your approach ye no obi a we university oba ope single bedroom akotena otimi atena de na adwuma obone bra be mfie no mfie nsia opa awore aso afi no ope 2 bedrooms mu mako what you say we have first year no nipa mi ni bit ma share one room
of course
mo ye adwuma what you say that is what we need and it no say that is what I'm going to encourage sa una occupier structures no send it those they can't do it. And that is why the housing deficit, air cost as they say, the deficit is in the region is anything between 1.5 million and 2 million. What you say? Even though me South figure are disputed, okay. But at least 1 million are disputed because you see now no population census population and housing stock census actually and say your population about 33 million 33 million. Houses in the system about 12 million. What does it mean? Of course, you see kiosks about kiosks any containers and comfortity about 700,000. What if free money say even 11 million po and now 33 million. What does it mean? It means the average occupancy rate is 3 people to one house. And then I can say housing deficit of ABR 1.5 million. Ope an occupancy rate of 1.5 what you say? What it means is that cities now for migrate how do we kill that mischief? But so when they make can say you have all how to solve these problems for us as a country. And that is why I think that we have a very visionary leader in Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. You don't mind mentioning sir obit my yini. Say MPP for the make catch them say baby I do no. It is getting our people out there to vote.
want to kame basisi said honorable say Chi Mensa Bonsunene no this exclusive interview and Chakran send a medical akano. We have reps of the two main political parties and Professor Smart Sapon is also here, science and data and the latest research no ebetna ha na ya doso ne yahwe eniema ewomu badansa na no mene honorable say Chi Mensa Bonsu this special exclusive interview akasima beye na yede eba na wie ya no honorable membisa this election 2024 election 2 weeks from today Ushe wana woye predictions wana woye science and data ubi bia woye political analyst bia say the battleground no Asante region Asante Mantema some people to me a picky Asante region enhance the fortunes of the MPP. NDC to be picky Ashanti regional. NDC is good to go. Ebi ewo hu se anhwe ya na Ashanti regional na Asante Mantama enkrufo ampie ankoto aba no. Sa na hunu sa de na oka fa.
Oh, no krese. Ohene ahochira be wiase. Ibi abagana. Let's not run away from that fact. The Nipani be Emma no yes, I didn't gonna hang on. Mesha said I'm no dingo mobi, say Nasamikopi Australia. Na hotel Arameda. Filipino be Philippines ni Mami Bia no cleaning midday. Abana mini dingo what Australia. Let me be son say near Matisse no so. Any my ya na say Hana yedding. I'm saying heading said no say dying any kaka. Inti Nanka Australia and ye bad. Now so say party a danka.
Housing and transportation.
Housing and transportation. What outskirts of Sydney and Obejuma. Now outskirts now no a dying car would be $600 per week.
Per week.
So I'm appreciate the $600. That's about Sydney town center there. You pay $1,000. What it means is that 4 weeks, but you are 4,000. And I'm saying, what can you say? What's that? You are or no? Or a permanent worker into one you try 6,000. Now on any ma and so me and son are moko school. And intino. Say or traho what you have 4,000 and crown to me and coach mummy be needy. And in tina or take outskirts no. Now to me enya baby cry because they all cano and they do an my the transportation my and that is 2004. Oh and baby I thing. And so nipani be money say Ghana and Kwana you know ha. And nipani be bria amon tiasa no. Because oh ne kufa do buy no money more dintino so one chire mu yia amana nyante ase a obehwe na odi hu abufu akoto abadetia yi basa na make na papa ne ba ya nam a wonya butre chechira manfo nsem no akokọ nsuensi bia dem say ato akoma bebre eso dia ka no party for say be wakoton dia ka no
okay
ene because mo sister station bia no pay na me du ho no nka me bo ye fu enuanom bia won be bok chenku amati se mikasa na ba ho na ebe boji mi so ne se masa nya de mo ye ne be woni e be woni etumi no monko wo otia safo ye bolding with radio so say imagine say nipa wa fa nipa miensa eka ho na asafo ho mu wurawura fiefie mu woni bibia aka no MPP for ne abase be chiama ye be kai mo say aka na otwe mienu ne braso ebreso amuntie de ba umia aka no na entoma koma so mo ye nwene ye manachi ne ento aba na ma ba umia eno kra mpo ye weighty message mo fa nko no what is the menza bunzu ba enra me ko another station na just say dem aba here me wie na nso nkrofo kutikita flag na say please eno no beboy kwa me so do hene de make can say baby edu no eno an say ombeko afiafie mu to maximize our vote asante ehia obi a nya mbi before nko ne hia ndc for say nya wo kan ye no why because hana a population voting population e wo hanin kran so nti ndc for ye to aba omunya bi wo asante ha eche baby a omunye bi wa Asante ha chen baby a kane no a ne voter bomu no voter nkwa no omunye bi chen yen but ye chemu sese no nti no voter region no dia ka ho no esua nti Asante na omani abrese benya bebrefi ha onya bebrefi ha is not hoping to win any constituencies but we hope say obetumi apo the performance of a friend saying
presidential
candidate no na se ban sa wodi akosho ne de ne app baby be free abano se ne be bo na mananya en na wo say yen so ye me ne bre but makasa no ohene enra enempo because station bi no mo bo minua kuma muntaka ne voice asembia okoka say ma obi a na ada obi nhwem obi emfa sika bi emehye obi nsem enkoye tutu asem bi wa bato no ho na akoye na se echiwa ono de obi ni hu afrim abaka say oniu baby a de dwen odache ho ono ka kire mo say enye ono school a okoya anka oni baby gina anka mo nto abama no nti omo so mo manimre no mo nkosuku no ne free senior high na aba am say hono de man te so kan so mo free senior high no de aba no nom no and ho de wanka
so at least eza de ananka o practice
but at least you know minia waka say to discourage omo pese omo de basabasa eba about a month ago when I came me betin say nkrofobia koye obi TV so they say sinebo say to abane and declare this year and basabasa beba o manum ye wan are you Ghana so we don't want to
is MPP prepared for this election?
Oh, we are.
Okay.
And as far as security is concerned, the MPP for them never.
Okay.
Or many professional people they are sure monsa police for near soldier for. I'm sure say they will do what is right.
Okay.
So they be ya basa bia emba. Ni nyina abato enye ntokwa. Adwenkyere o. Na na mpanifo say unu obi sa chinyempo na unu obi eje. Ana chechemu na unu obi eje. Nipa obedi ka to ne nsa. Ohene na je say mpanifo say na dwene no asa. Adwene sa onye bibia anyi ndi opese odi sakasaka eba. Abato ntisa.
Okay.
Ye nkyira adwene. We see e fa benkuma na beboa, we see e fa nifa na beboa. Edu ho na se de waka no to wakoma so. Koto aba ma no. I have no doubt in my mind. Said ne meka ye no say ensema Dr. Beomi aka no. Ebeto akoma so. We followed him to the north. Akosrim about so many places including Ashanti. And we say asema waka no is resonating.
Okay.
No echo. E tretre. And say nyame ya adoma ebewi amaye.
Honorable Osei Mensa Bunsu, Member of Parliament for Swami Constituency, immediate past Majority Leader in Parliament, Minister for Parliamentary Affairs. You are hereby acquitted and discharged.
That's it. Say cost to be account.
Okay, so Honorable Osei Mensa Bunsu, Nyumbre, Eneno Achuche Enkomo, Ewo, Democracy, Jumadie, so Ewo, Kessben, Science and Data, Professor Smart Sapon, Ewo ha, Nyumbre, Honorable Sampai, Ewo ha, Nyumbre, Yetwa, Jumadie, no, Eso, Democracy. Na yede ebro amanfo kase time no se yakobo eno twia eno no ene ye extended version of democracy into your time. Don't you worry, we have more time to discuss Ghana and talk Ghana enwumbre ewo democracy jumadie eso.
Thank you. Lawyer, thank you. Listen, I would like to take this opportunity to greet my fans. Listen, lawyer, and pay for every baby say. No, listen, and pay for every baby say. I won't be calling it if you want to. Why am I saying this? No, listen.
So me pese me de akwan a major problem amamo. Enya sa gese mi sie mo akwan nyina momfanto mensem me sie mo akwan amamo. Enya sa minim say Islamic schools yi ehia mo ha Arabic instructors ehia mo enya sa enti electricity ne ade enti ni nyina meba mebu akonta akire mo ejuma metimi aye enya sa minim se meba bebu akonta nti meyire me ho abo ejumaden ama mo nyina meyire me ho abo ejumaden ama mo nyina enti nananom mon fastia no emame mon fastia no emame mon fastia no emame.
The project involved the design and construction of over 97 kilometers of single standard gauge line from Tema to Mpagadang.
We live also on all social media handles. My own messages no where you can send us a text or a WhatsApp message 0551 599933. Just send us a text or a WhatsApp message. Let's have a conversation. 2 weeks from today. Na Ghana for a bedroom sabri na ya to abana wie ye guso a ye kan na memory fi on the 2nd, which is now what you send the pepe na special voting eno nso so sabri na abana wie e wom se yen kan emobode enso na ndru sabri na ye hu se security for Electoral Commission officials any the media to special voting no saying and honsem netie na watch pepe sende na sabri ye hwen sene ye bekan eye ebano ewo eye studios sende awunim no Kessben ye betrance na ye the full details sabri na chesabano ya kan ya chase a ye kenkan a ebi epuepue 2 weeks pepe enti go kromotie no ene wo se ubo bane na 2 weeks is not far from here jebo na the besi SC area enwumre se na medi kan ye wo Honorable Samuel Pine, who is Kumasi Mayor. Your Professor Smart Sapong, Director of Innovation, Research, Innovation and Development at Kumasi Technical University. He is a researcher poster on the research findings about Abonting. Now, she wire press a conference at the summer to January, a bed the so semnum. Now, Sunday medical akano, yes, Jumadi Nasia, and no Wabian Chelsea was sent beside 055 599933. Mr. Frank Otu Achampon is a lecturer, Spiritan University, Ewoha Enyumbre, fully and ably representing the National Democratic Congress, the NDC. So you see, I professors and masters for for lecturers will be a lecturer and omo abeshia ha enyumbre ewo Kessben kase fidie eso enti ombeka omo lecturer brofo na yeso so o send o text message send ya o so be send ya ba e be kenkan ne sa de amount abo enonso apa osima adunum. Don't worry, we'll have more time this evening to have discussion. Honorable Samuel Pame Mwajo.
Yeah, me
na pom to say.
Crash adum pa ye bibia boko lawyer.
Sir.
Aden wunjim bi sir.
That's a bro na ochimi enu ni say hi crampo say wo ho to say ne say me. Be ebu na ochimi enu hi keke crampo no. Hey. Hi keke. We say ho.
You say hi reciprocal.
Ubisami and answer will catch them.
You send, I send. So if I'm unable to send, well, you also.
I'm not accusing you. Say won't send me hi.
Okay, you can see me no.
Been cancer.
Now said they will start you as a prof.
And that's why they started. Me.
But they have one cocktail. Nana bomai. Ya chinu kwa hivyo kaze asema wochiro nukura wadwie na mbechi me ndi so nkuwie se nana bomai ho ban
ani hwane beka. Okay, Mr. Frank Otu Achampon Mwajo.
But you so bro, Mr. Ohene Gyan.
Na pom to say.
Boy, the Daraba, at me, I do studios, I say, the I said, I've been
Okay.
Giddy, I was somewhere.
Our body, I don't know where. Is a lecturer at Spiritan University and Umbre speaking for the National Democratic Congress. Professor Smart Sapon Memoajo. Professor Bakupo Studios.
Lawyer, thank you.
Professor, because Professor Mills, Yamin Crancy Abresuna, na obi a man in some running or chim say, there can also be a professor chess or Ben Fossa Sabron Sam. Or Ben Fossa Sabron Sabako, Professor Smart Sapon, and no Ebeko, ne research, no more Enyum Bray. Just send us a test message 0551599933 is a test line or WhatsApp line. Just send us a test or a WhatsApp message. Prof, member horses here, just relax. My politicians, no, may be some more political temperature on the atmosphere and saying, and echo and you break. Mayor,
Lawyer.
political temperature, not to say. I got 2 weeks now. Ghana for echo decide the fate of Ghana for the next 4 years.
2 weeks in Ukraine, and then I couldn't be
And then corner
Oh, the voting time.
Okay.
I couldn't be until Matthew.
Okay.
Chaka 13 days.
Lawyer, thank you.
What am I mean? So we are because election say a process and event.
My main chair, my penny, Nana Danko Fado, Okrum. And then penny for our Haginara, the regional minister. And now, Yamiya Duma, 7th January 2025.
Original minister. Why Simon? Or same answer.
The party pen for you.
Okay.
And now, Dr. Maudu Bemia. Yamiya Duma, January 7, 2025. Yami Beshen and Munyam Amabe, president of Ghana. Woman in a baby Mobiano, your chair one. One way doing, your chair Mobom Pie Pamay, one to Cranoa, or Mobom Pie Fufron, and Yamin Akuma, not tiny pa untano Quadifi, and also no Crano. And so as to Papa Yahonquine, and which I was Benyano. If said those small business, signing Yamin Soviaso, Editiaka, and then I made there be a number of Fire, Mempe, Ubia Humpon, Adreno. Lawyer, now when you need. Thank I tell him new to say, thank about you too, but you know, the IBM, Major Fire. Be free, I am a police station. Because they are what kind of what puts me in a state of perpetual fear. In a state of apprehension of fear. When you say, no, apprehension of fear. I should believe that and have the fear. And this is for no kika. Any a bed she or mine not to follow. Or munya memma. So temperature. I would have been say, or munya memma. To one bow turban, a year video bosseno, would be out to room upon woman to be. Woman to be, if it's a war baby and a betchu. No, I bet you they're not so bad. And to on press conference, you know.
Also, or more to room.
One more to me a poem in your mo.
Okay.
Baby, I don't could do tutuka, or bianco obium.
Doesn't just so much to room.
Woman near boissy, until a bunch of women are to boss, one more boissy. Opposite East and West, they won't vote there. But beyond Beko Ghana had been answered. As some more kind of dangers on Beko baby. I'm somewhere ready to know after any betchmo Mojani. Oh, sir. We are not coming him chop bar baby Didi. Baby Echo to Dame, baby to Spa. Baby to Muchacha.
Omuniho. Baby almost baby strategy as in chess or Mojani.
Okay. Let's give that the benefit of that. Okay. Into lawyer, the temperature, me temperature on course.
Okay.
Abano ye kotuno. Honorable H. Mensa can send be brave. Apart from researcher, Dr. Smasapon, thereby a behavior account was some. There were near my brain so. Ye begin so. A share a dear to abano.
Okay.
And Tiaka sign a man in a boom, and no, and a mamma regime, and mammy GDB. So, what did Nipper do me? No, except Mammy, I don't quite from. No, ya were there a great year for 1 week.
Ya were there,
Nipper do me no. Would do a moon in a good senior. Now, who are more passoa, and number may marry a Dr. Mahmoud Baumiana. ɛno ɛna makoma mu madwene mu de mahu ne form de matini de menim ɛne de ɔka kyerɛ nipa ɛkyerɛ me sɛ ɔno na bɛboa ɔman Ghana
adwati ɛhɔ na afiri hɔ na wokɔ ɛyɛ
ankasa
because as it 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
2 weeks ago because Nana Pambo. Me drew on kyerɛ me sɛ kwadonko the later kwadonko ɛna ɔmo sɛ ɛhɔ nso so na na kwadɔ adwuma Rollins
complaints bi ama
ɛno ho asɛm deɛ sɛ nyɛ aha ne ɛbɛka ɛno sɛ ɛwɔ hɔ aha deɛ
o de emphasis so say ha de ntumi kana enti lawyer yɛn nyinaa yɛ wɔ ahoboa mu yɛhyehyɛ yɛ party da adeɛ baako ameka adwuma de am bi na bɔ sɛ kyeka no last week nyinaa yɛ am yɛ 1 in the mornings in the afternoons obewie no na ɔma bɔ kyɛnku that time kura na Dr. Mawuya ɛwɔ hanom no obehu na ebi abegu hɔ no na bisa am sɛ ha am wɔ no at least no sɛ wo campaign na tikra ɛna ɔne obi ɛkasa nkɛbɛboa ɛnyɛ sɛ ɔbɛtwɛn
campaign take forms bebre
that's motivation no is different I'm saying so say yɛn a yɛse yɛ party ma sympathizers nara ɛyɛ yɛsɛde sɛ ebe rura no bi aka asɛm
ba me ko tu a champion hɔ na me bisa no political temperature no te sɛ
bedase na ɛkɔnya wode ama me ne NDC amanyɔkuo no nyina as usual campaigning na ɛkɔ so yɛnam afiefie mu information centers yɛmpanimfoɔ nso ne nam dada regions ɛdi dwuma abatoɔ yi ho dwuma ɔmo bɔn frɛ ne sɛ ɔmo kɔ aprɔ bɔntoa kyerɛ adwen kɛse a ɛda pono so a yɛwura John Dramani Mahama sɛ nyame yɛ n'adom na Ghanafoɔ de tumi ne ma no a ɔbɛba bɛpagya ɔman na ɛyɛ the 24-hour economy no a waka ho asɛm akyerɛkyerɛ mu akyerɛ Ghana mahe no sɛbi ɔde agu apono so ɛno da nkyɛn ɔkeka nsɛm no bebree bibi te sɛ the National Women's Development Bank no nso ɔne mpanimfoɔ atu ho gyina ɛde agu krataa soɔ no Ghanafoɔ nyinaa de ato mu anim sɛ nyame yɛ adom na tumi no bɛdi nsɛm a nhyehyɛeɛ no bi no sɛ yɛde Women's Development Bank abɛboa mmaa yɛnnuanom mmaa dwadifo ma ɔmo kasa yɛ ɔmo adwuma a yɛbɛsɛ ɔmo asen sika fam na yɛboa ɔmo na ɔmo so agyina brane ɛno da nkyɛn a ɛyɛ kyerɛ Ghanafoɔ sɛ yɛba ɛyɛ import substitution approach over the years Ghana sɛ yɛsika sidi no bɛgyina agyina brane a na ɛwɔ sɛ yɛtumi nneɛma yɛde yɛ ho ɔma wei mu no yɛtumi yɛ den ɛyɛ ɛno ha na da bia yɛnkɔkra sika yɛmfa sika dollars $300 billion $400 billion ɛnkɔkra sɛbi frozen chickens ɛmfa ma we mu na yɛ metɔn na ɛno no ɛna ɛde sɛbi sika no sɛm no ɛtoto no ase ɛma sidi ne ntumi nyina brane ɛno da nkyɛn a ɔse ɔbɛboa adwadifoɔ ɔbɛsisi hospitals ɛna yɛ usual of every government sɛ yɛbɛsi hospital yɛbɛyɛ akwan yɛbɛsisi schools but the impact saa de ne bɛnya wɔ nipa sɛbi abrabɔ so no ɛno na hia ɛne the most important thing or the relevant thing ɛnyɛ sɛ wɔsisi akwan wɔsisi hospitals what do you call it, infrastructure, but then the impact of those infrastructure on the human life and only the most relevant. I don't know you John Dramani Mahama sabi one in penny for a 200 among adding a gun crata so say a bar sabi or the big aquam na Ghana no so affording to my perfra into political terrain and that's atmosphere here. It's all good, it's all well and good. Security wise IGP na shebo say nyame ya dom na say about one do so before, during and after ni nyina no one ne marantie no sabi ombeka jagum no mabo about one hu ban cause say e be wi pepepe na de resource no beto dwa ni nyina no yeso yeta na chi on force ye nyoyo sabi yempe biases bia ye nyina na yo man ba ko Ghana no bi ni ba bia bi menu ani nti se o se obobo ye chidom na obobo ye hu ban ewa before, during and after the elections sabi yajatum isi ni so sabi onya na afamu de yempe kataso mu aso bia nkɔhye ba ko che emma sabi oyo ne bia mate said 2020 isi wo techima south no nti it's all well and good and this among you they were ever prepared to accept every result provided it is free and fair and peaceful nti na kakra me so mitmaka na nwumre I don't know.
Okay. So Moti the representative for the new Patriotic Party, Honorable Samuel Pine, was a mayor for Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly. Mr. Frank Otua Champon, who is a lecturer at Spiritan University, and speaking for the NDC, member Professor Smart Sapon. Na yembra ne research the abeto abonting na ochi na my education kakra then na fi maba political reps no ne ahwe the research findings how I impact on their campaign any of fortunes. Prof.
Yes, sir. Lawyer, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Great.
Okay. So yemko na watchi Oden Sembi etudwa based on science and data, research findings awaye. Mbami bisa eno na ye last one aye de koto abai.
Me pacho aye.
Okay. And yeah untino se wo bo ne tofa kire mu research ababo nti the last one aye de kwa koto abai. What then the comb na uwie ye no and ode to Ghana for any nafi yembra the details.
Good. In fact, beda wase be che busuafo so agimre ehwe ye won mo ye nyina ya mo bibia aju. It has not been easy. And so nyameti ase.
Na anopo na metie wadamfo asiedu ewo KOD program iso.
Okay.
Ose wadwane ko ose say Japan or Korea.
I don't even know why people were saying
also wadwane ko
Korea.
KOD was saying say ose o we wadwane o number of friend watch say wadwane.
Oh, Gabi Mpacho. We free her ko Japan. Enye 30 minutes yo. Yeah, anytime I go to Osaka, Semeko Japan, it takes me 26 hours in the air.
Okay.
We move 26 hours. Ubejina refresh kakra na ya kakra, but you ube free hand no. Uba could do honum the next morning. One full day be wasted in the air. And enye kwa kitu akra far east. Me ko honum me nche den nia daje a me nko because so we could do akoya there 2 days asaba. It's too stressful for me. In fact, me can board be home.
Okay.
I was so National University.
Okay.
You develop a software, your friend know, Albatross software, data analytics software.
Okay.
In fact, me elections prediction last 2020 dear no. Definitely develop a software and for proper.
Okay.
Into no na me de running me tune esa me de me prediction.
Okay.
Into nanke ye call review. Me can board no other members are coming from other countries near there. Me de me push invitation natural near there.
Okay.
Everything was booked. But sincerely speaking, that meant to me because it was just going to be 2 days. Until maybe I'm free now, maybe playing 2 days. I could do 2 days. Maybe jet lag. I may not actively participate in the
I was all signed by back.
Until me know Makase maybe somewhere later, early next year. No?
Okay.
Me babe my family and I throw book be. Me chapter advances in generalized linear models. Ese me try the continent messages ni na wa ha telling me say when you still work on your chapter and send it to us and those things. E bia jaman ko mo bisa na ote ye. And that Twitter so you say me so bi bia na me nyemi work in it me wie me free hako. Me was City TV and no pay na the issue came up said oh City TV mon kan no bi ante say
Gabriel, come and collect your mouth. Oh,
Gabi,
is what if yes,
Gabi, Mr. O frame me, O frame me and Kebeba Gabi. You know good. It has not been easy, but I not usually. Obisa didn't na me report no. Me dedicated several pages, and no be cry refer PhD man be was referring to it as a lecture notes on research methods. The reason why I'm a yes and say say yeah guessful work there and then we don't need science. Say boy tima can be we don't need science. Say yes scientific study there and then we may need science. Mommy and shedding so. And na scientific and so no nefe ababe die some standards you must meet. meet standard no na obi wo above you in terms of the standard. Yours is not entirely wrong, but ne deɛ no more stable, more reliable than wo deɛ no. Standard ne baako a sample size. Rather to say there is a certain maximum sample size you can have, and we are the size of the population. But when do get a sample that is good enough to represent. When your sample no good enough, you see you have the advantage or you have the right and as an opportunity to keep adding the sample. And the more you add, the more stable your sample becomes. And to me, what the research me too many more. Assuming they were all fair, because in science you don't get into somebody's mind to say, oh, you're fair or not fair. It is the in-depth of the design, the better. Evidence or the best support to design in the better. Me see my design. I got 4,272 communities or so. Me back where that you compare in America sano. Me nuya musa anso say ono so ayebi. One ko baby of our phone friend for free baby. Nina data has been collected.
Or sample size almost 99,300, almost 100,000.
And me ba sample size in the grass. So I have moved into 4,727 communities. That is site for the study. I have moved the site for the study from Accra to 4,272 study sites. And my interviews of 99,355. You see, all the information is genuine. Genuine. You have vested interest in it. And yes, in science, we admit that your experiment was well performed. Now, if you are subject to the litmus test. But to start by saying, say, Obi experiment was not properly done. Why would it the your telephone call also the adi? Na me amijina ya abraso. Mufre police commander woho. Events that were recorded. Yes, sir.
Maybe in politics are yache. There will be tia nebi no ate no. Adwuma no awaye no. Yanka mu asem. The nkrofo e kan no. Na me so obi so atinkran no fa telephone free obi onya nipa no contact wo hin. And if you tell me so be no aquafield or every say, don't worry about those that are criticizing. Let's look at the work that you've produced.
Now they say what program also.
Me person me making as a clear point in the sense. Sabi, mommy respect you be an ejuma. Senior, we a lawyer in good standing, a senior lawyer for that matter. In fact, my name when you name me penny name penny for baby. They tell me a lot about you even before I met you. And who know field of expertise. Oh,
no, be seen a repay.
Lawyer mate there.
Lawyer, na make can say
what
do you be guilty
it is you lawyer mate. It doesn't guy
you be guilty free. What can you repay? Me tinche me to say we didn't more than one.
Now they didn't more than one. Who problem near there?
But now I was just being curious.
And I know a doctor oba program or free UK bar program Thursday. Ewo punch. And I didn't come on. Yeah, SMC and I can or can okay, yeah, no, say a member, what's a member with me yet now? Who are more than I'm the Dr. Alcohol have been a problem. Because we'll have been a problem because. Obi ware me no ana nchese ni team na ye din yo anu kra se onu kra mpo no eye benevolent na because man pie hia kunu no
oh enti senior the make na say enkomoba na se fa law ho a irrespective of kakra masua ɛne nea me pɛ sɛ meka no ɛyɛ sɛ metimi to kyɛ ma wo ɛnyɛ kwa o yes obi a ɔwɔ comfort adɔkye yɛ doctor but then nti na to da bi a yɛsɛ yɛhia specialist adentia nti sɛ bi doctors for good comfort ɔmu nyinaa yɛ pɛ ɛmu nyinaa nyɛ pɛ o
Prof Yanko.
I just want to lay that point clear so that where be I will criticize no. You have the right to differ or disagree with my work and my findings. But don't let it be like a professor of research design and data analytics. Do you get it? Does not have the capacity. And sometimes it becomes funny when you choose to believe an HR or a marketing person or an accountant. Of a professor of research, you have the right to take it or leave it. Many problem. Niame then say, meeting me appointed to 99,355 GPS locations. Today was interesting on city.
Okay.
Host in of K2 North. A Krobe or K2 North Tsunami. And I'm a my laptop now is my name, sir. And I'm a bobo man. It is not my familiar area. I just would have been there before I would know. In fact, I can prove to you community level reports written by my enumerators.
Nasa o kika Brekum East. Baby I ne sam non ko Brekum a ye ko ye o ha ye ko difufu e fra obi adan. Ubo dey na ubo obi adan ebo kutre number 2.
Yes.
Ubo na masua. Anam who say na che say heart of Brekum East krono na ubobo no. Eti now yeti election results aye bobo ebia obianya 23,215 obianya 10,150 obi be send o message edidi watem se send ya wo si announce numbers na kire say open everyone say you are worried about
no worry. You see
ejuma public ejuma there
senior I have come in fact respectfully before I made me bar into the arena of elections research me of a benefit those who pioneered these things in the Fourth Republic now they were not statistical professors, so they were statisticians. They were not research persons. You get it? And now basically I see myself when you say universities we have fine brains in there. Maybe they are doing it under in the subtle. That is fine. But me nyada jebeshia media ni lecture I want you to see it as obi or what the capacity and not the way people see it.
Oh, Supreme Court obi to Supreme Court or a Supreme Court justice. For you to be called a justice of the Supreme Court. That just say it tells you say or judgment will be a uncle law school and kind one a year let me na radio so send them a dinner terms of him. Oh, I'm surprised you are. Ghana is an interest. Ghana political discourse. The way we see things. If na who say ye di obia tempa wo na messages ankrofo send ba ha se ni nyina na ye kan a ke bia won ko radio so biem se NBC ni ya oti he se Mr. Champion ti he se text messages ankrofo be send aba send you almost send na sa na me se me kan na ko radio biem me oti he that's why I always say oh send me ha yeah it be how say you laugh because nipa na os wa fade ni data send those message or expect to say wo be kan sa de no sometimes it's funny we be say no bu say but almost so eno na man no na koma to ne yam so me that's the beauty of the democracy so let's go
ya ko ni nyina ko chim
science and data
science and data ne ne say ye fa Ghana 276 constituencies ni nyina in fact me even before I started the work now I started me references of every electoral area here in Ghana and a representative of mine there. My laptop by my phone crying do my charging can make my examples be obo constituency a constituency I am not to obo for Kroma because bia and the MD man subia na bibia mention a constituency somewhere outside and I'll show you somebody in an electoral area, not like one person in a you. In a typical constituency, se meka se me nko hokra na me gyina hɔ ayɛ caller. I can get based on the number of electoral areas that constituency have one person each to talk to in that constituency. I mean,
they read the outcome of the findings.
The findings, and then they say, after visiting all the 276 constituencies, NPP had 59.1% lead, and the NDC followed by 45.8%. Minua Kwame Bediako enya 2.2%, and Meofa Alan Chamatenya 1.2%. One more Makanyina put together enya 1.7%.
Okay.
Utotalia na aye 100%.
Okay.
Original breakdown no ewo ho.
Okay.
Baby I'm fan say Kwame Bediako born homode pa the Western region.
Okay. That's cheddar.
Yes, yeah, Minua Kwame Bediako. But 7 regions are a show lead Diama NPP. The Western region, because Kwame Bediako born homode yes or no lead you, definitely. It's the Western region. Ama Western region now acquire close contest. I am suspecting say it is because of 8.9 percentage points na Chedanya or Western region. It's a maho na close, but still MPP leads, but close lead. Western region, Ahafo, Bono, Central, Eastern, Ashanti, and then Northeast.
Okay.
7
regions are NPP LED.
Absolutely.
And 9 NDC.
9 regions are NDC LED. Ubenya Greater Accra, Ubenya Volta OT, Ubenya Western North, Ubenya Bono East, and then the remaining 4 up north: Savannah, Northern Proper, Upper East, Upper West. And I'm saying, say 5 regions in the 9 regions no strong. The remaining 4 also 5 regions are very strong out of the 9. Deep green, if you ask me. Upper East, Upper West, Volta OT, and then Western North. In fact, Niakano, is a good lead, but it is not a comfortable lead
for the NDC.
And I am giving fair report from the base to the people. And let me add, say me were information from all 276 constituencies. Okay. Now may report it based on what I have. It will always be better than will be 100 or 111 constituencies. Now or the constituency unsi mudakra utimi a generalizing manner. These are basic things that should be discussed into details. Then I may be wrong. My interview, my whatever may have its own biases. But me general constituency my biases are minimal than Obia. Only Hokra. That is what is happening.
But okay. We are parliamentary, then I mean we are parliamentary.
Yes, over parliamentary in fact, let Obia Antiasia say. And this is not the data is there for everybody to. MPP were more safe seats than NDC in every election. In every election, MPP have more safe seats than NDC. In America, the data is there to show. In fact, over Ashanti, any Eastern Kwa, MPP is already 75% seats secured. That has been the case election to election. Even in the hang parliament now, and about 20 course to 2020 crown, MPP had 92 safe seats.
Okay.
Safe. And Niakano, swape, near there. Out of that, they lost about 36 or 32 to 36 seats out of the swapping at the phone.
Okay.
But the interesting thing is that one more munya 32 seats, NDC MPs who benefited from 32 seats. Would have known, say, for example, Central. 19 constituencies be more presidential MPP winning nina. And the srono, a parliamentary no, emu 10 pena MPP winning, emu 9 be more. We green to soro, but blue or I say. Such a constituency cannot be a safe seat for you.
Okay.
And they need to work hard. Okobuno at the same thing. Out of the 12 constituencies, they make it up Bonono. Emu 11. MPP we need presidential. But in terms of parliamentary, NDC we need 6. Let's say move 5 be on more or more so. But I see no presidential near year. I mean, it tells you, say, the general mindset in terms of parliamentary. Yeah, MPP were more safe seats than Adi. In this report, all the constituencies are me feel say a safe seats based on the report and my visitation to all the communities I met in the Adi, 128 safe seats for the MPP. Now I be 92 safe seats for the NDC. 56 now can me say it is up for a contest. Some are likely to be won by MPP. Some are likely to be won by NDC. And me, from the data in front of me, I can estimate that 56 no MPP enyamu bi kro benyamu 20. When yamu bi kro 56 obenyamu 20. And me the least possible outcome in terms of parliamentary atudwa. Aka say MPP yeto abawia omu enya parliamentary seats na enye 148 seats. If we 128 safe seats no plus 56 ni mu ni me feel say MPP betimi enya aka ho 20 no and am deka. But hey, betimi enya more than 20 and this is betimi abenya more than what I'm talking about because I agree that those constituencies are too close to call.
Okay.
It includes Wausunyani East.
Okay.
It includes Prestia Huni Valley. It includes the list is there, but I just don't want to say it without request.
Okay.
So nebeya mean put unnecessary pressure on the various constituencies affected. To the moon kosusa, but I mean you better abanawie you be who send your distribution never go in terms of parliamentary. Until when amania me debe to dra.
Okay.
Until mesre, let's discuss it
in this
context
the space
of the contest we have adi.
Maybe that's it, but answer na me free hono na mako politicians send you to the streni abasano. Now my main bisa period bay and now the years are researching.
October 16th to November 16th.
Okay, October 16th to November 16th.
Yes.
Okay, me follow up question and say and a date 23rd November.
Yep.
And a free November 16th.
Yes.
And
4 weeks to election.
4 weeks to election. The free start time no ebesi ebia ena ye kasa e likely say sa data ewo hai ebetumi ebia asesa.
A very important question. Every researcher bia or research there beto dwan. And yes nipa kono timi ka ewo radio so na baby say me research na memu amuntwa meti.
Okay.
Meti bibi sa say no close and so social media yeah bia na obi keka bia na bibi they are fine. Because we are researcher, you must sit to welcome variation between your predicted and the actual.
Okay.
You are not God. And our science and data, you have done a very solid design. The design can only be robust, but then to me actual. Nobody does that. And to allow, give recommendations. Can some report no one? Ebema change aba o study nim. And me say, even though me study ne predicted 49.1 for NPP, Dr. Baumia, and 45.8 for President John Dramani Mahama. Me explanation they say the election is closed for Obia Akawa list so with the exception of President Mahama and Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. That is a conclusion I can draw as an expert because it's very difficult for somebody to come from 2.2 to come across 50%.
Okay. But
in elections, it's yet difficult for be from 45.8 to cross up to 50. And yet difficult.
A free 16th of November, na terminal end of the research, up to the 7th of December.
Yes.
Possible, say, former President Mahama beat me free 45.8, abe cross 50% mark. That is within
in elections. Even one day can do a lot of magic. Chief Newahe, politicians will know and they will tell you. Na say cry na media endorse untino. Omaja sa ade ne. Nya sa na me hu bi da me krom. Ye be ja to mu say aha. And na ye NDC for na eto aba. Sata na Jerry time, I think 92 as 96 ni mu ba. na yɛse ɔkyena ɛna MPP for beto me say mampani bi na de ndisi for them de mo yɛ de beto ba mesa na afa ne na de pa na kwafuom na we na ma na we afa we no ko we afa ɛna sometimes the telephone was na nyɛ too ade enti minim how others got the information me o na ka bi ba say that's someone be cast someone munko from na we Satan here they say so we were following hey ye hwe kroma ye beja bi sa da asema ya say MPP for nyina agya hokɔ sɛ ombeto mu de ɔkyena ampani ampa ha we ubechia kɔfrɛ hwan wɔ na fom ubechi nchia ye bia wie na anya hwekra watew ma no so
of course
20 kra meto kra wa how
of course submarine tax
na one kra ti film kra wa how
okay
enti I am urging everybody as my recommendation say whereas enye din say 45.8 bit me across the 50% mark na enye say ye din say 49.1 so be cross the 50% mark na there anka yesrɛ mo a they should spare us the stress of a runoff.
Okay.
Na mo fa 4 weeks to election no.
And the rigorous campaign.
The clues are there.
Okay.
Region like Ashanti region Emma MPP the biggest impact. In fact MPP betimi aye 75.9% for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Okay.
E betimi aye yento aba no based on hard work. In fact, maybe crime work here is so detailed say my estimated turnouts.
Okay.
Cra eka ho. And Osha me report na machomu scenario 1. In fact, me scenario 2.
Your turnout of 81.4%.
And you national.
National, okay.
It me were regional turnouts and so on. In fact, and funny, somebody was asking say reporter me ya regional anka ho there. Just a metina for acronym DJ ni nyina na. Oh, this is basic to know say but my national report about it's just about na me original report can for crash started share on social media. I don't know how it spread as fast like that.
Okay.
Enti
and I won't say be mami.
Oh, and me ngwa say enti me who how it was spreading na me jai yes oh and social media roman for na metima spread man akodi a me fa be send.
And I would send you because me nya.
What say unya bi me the best send do. Enti me scenario 2 for example yes the turnout no be say 2020 there because 2020 na wo form esene me estimated.
Okay.
Ebeko say and na me hear the third scenario me friend no the biggest ever turnout and you say me beginning at 85.6% turnout.
Okay.
Meaning say it's too much but me yes as me person me say as you increase turnout may somebody cross
the 50% plus
one.
Okay.
Me research my predict I me say 49.1 against 45.8 no. Me interpretation ne say mo beti me especially me no. In fact MPP ni NDC nkwa na ato aba mo a na won say we vote because nya ka say ho edie say bio da ben na 2.2 ba be fra kwakodu 50 point something and now 1 point something and now then
okay
enti obia
is the contest between MPP and NDC and no person will vote to know it translate into BB there either you are voting for NPP or you are voting for NDC
na me fa futu nka ho say enye say obi any smaller parties menya one attack to that effect but ye futu made the mekoso atu senior adaje ene mra NDC ni MPP dia share organizing from structure from base to the top no enye bi ni kukukuku 3 months
they also attack on no or say a manabi betimi ato afri ba bia akoto aba manana
in fact person can no kakosi say deliberate I want to kill the smaller part
and the sani pa no nadwen ye ne say no campaign nadwen ye ne so betimi abiti NDC and MPP in 2024 elections
politicians e bi mutumi nya vim
enye vim senkra na memfrɛ no because apart from MPP and NDC obi a oye campaign nim say abaye kwa akotui oye den ni input na wa put into this election no e mani nya more than 5% in the election obi a nim but for other reasons people are in the campaign you don't want to campaign now but obi say wa come out 45 na they vote you know research ye cheche na wo kroben so
you see the god
time na nyankopon no appoint leaders at the ma Israel for na for no sabre no wo hemfa
me my advice is 4 weeks to elections. Me as a political coach, I know
4 weeks, so I got 2 weeks.
Yes, because from the time of my
research.
Let all the interested and then me who said operating chairman sabonsutia me who me waha me who me Dr. Waha to champon. I don't know where the rest are.
Hey, where doctor? Hey, and come because oh my God, she said, "Hey, we'll be a doctor. I got friend. Be sad.
Maybe they say one of my
Hey, because yeah, MCB only gone. Now we come on war for my decision na. Because yeah, MCB na. Masem way, military command. Nipa krona otro nipa ne title brem no ene ye mistake.
Yeah.
Enti no me as an MC ni ayatra brem and I make kind of papa yi. Me ko introduce you. Some akoti na military makoti na rank. Asem way. Mami fan so ha. Anya me na me obi na true brem. Osina ke was me verify. Which I agreed with him. Enti Miss Royal no obi post obi ade. Pese
so my Lord name, my worship name, my.
Now, so the other day, between Crawford, 1 year, who say you are worshiping no a district magistrate court. But who say you know the word worship near fan is your worshiping and go. Your fans say no, so see you. Into one you're careful. You are worshiping now or a district magistrate court judge no. At circuit court here, your honor no. High court no, my Lord no. Yeah, what of fan say. You are worshiping in a super to the work of my high court judge. Now I hear you. Say me have a free court to have a yeah, concluding on that.
Oh, me the best yeah.
Okay.
And now, my mayor sure almost must send me emails. So, more pay or more constituency reports and say, I said it in my press statement.
Okay.
I'll give it. Abontin, I'm person with the better. Yes, I can leak table in other.
Okay.
But I'm person with the better abontin.
Okay.
Obia, maybe be rested, you crab, be more say, mean settle yet. I used to buy because I don't know. I like working in the night.
Okay.
Timetana say, Najua, be 1 up a bear 5 day, no met me. I serve as many constituencies as possible. Me active in the night.
Or you require sorry be
or a Presbyterian.
Okay.
That was a Catholic. Yeah. I do most of my things in the night.
In the night.
Yeah. Me active in the night.
That's good.
Very active.
Okay, that's good.
Metiwa boss and go corner start a bomb. You must start it.
That's good. Koso
Hey, lawyer, now okay,
koso ana koso.
Okay, me just say.
Koso ana koso. Okay, so mo amo hwe enwumbre, mo amo tie enwumbre. Pacho ai papa ya otiwe or a professor, very young handsome man. Wasua dia say wo minim de ba to become a professor if you know what is involved. And you know, so when you data be now person send the message ebremina obepese me kind ya who views be a criticism me 100%. You can criticize who you critical, that is beautiful, but insult there then spare your data pacho who wabuphobia who screen no to adhere boom 9 pi next time when you scan work out of fraud, then you learn, but don't pour your anger by sending me a message insulting anybody. Science and data research obi a research there behind him say research na why and or there and you know yemfa enso hosa the predictions na one man a prediction based on science and data ebetumi aba say ebeko sa pepe based on the previous predictions away ebetumi aka say na oka na adwumaden ebetumi asesa ene ma say na etie ama bibia asesa ebetumi so aba say it is a prediction based on science and data.
No, but lawyer, my prediction you create to the say prove me wrong. Okay. Because I have seen on many occasions a lawyer
yeah, of course, yeah.
But where did you attempt na fiaba 100%. Am I God? It's because of the way I homogeno.
Yeah.
Instead say oh mate wakasa you be akoye ho adwuma ne ade knowing very well say adwumaden can turn things
Yeah,
around.
of course.
They throw it here there left right center ne akoto aba.
Yeah, that's what I'm daring them. Say they let them
yeah.
put in the work and let's see how
Yeah.
it will reflect in the final outcome. Okay, so Mayor Sampine and Mr. Otu Achampong, where the Monima Sema. Now let's go into the predictions. Professor Smasapong Ediaba Nayemshe, how you guys will take it. I mean, Mayor.
Oh, I no big deal. If you want to
Prof, I would say, why are there? I do not be saying no, and yet, a lot has gone into this research, as you rightly said. But I would have some few questions for Prof. But the Ghana voter population, yes, I think about 18 million, sure.
1880 something.
Sure, that is noted. Then again, but of all the constituencies, you said they say you're 276.
Okay, so voter population, no, 18,807,554.
Sure, that's 100% voter population. Yes, your sample size is 999,000.
355.
99,000.
355. 99,355.
Sure. So if you divide this by the number of constituencies we have, that is 276, meaning you are getting 358 per each constituency. Sample size or selecting each constituency in here, 358. Am I right?
Yanko.
Sure.
I'm noting them down.
Yes. So that means that a constituency like Oforukrum, constituency population here about 670,000.
Yeah.
Now, we select 358 constituents to conduct a study. Any representative enough? That is what I can say.
I will answer.
That's what I say. Yes, that applies to the other constituencies.
Okay.
Yes. So I'm not doubting his prediction or his finding, but then these are the, I think, little we are a woman. I can also say.
Okay.
Yes. Aside that, there have been several polls. But aside the kakra manoti and amabusani, they make a chair Kessben a tier for a tier for the NDC Amanyoku Sabi Yantinda Waka Waye or Juma Ding or the predictions about. But what I will say is NDC Amanyoku Yabe Juma Ding, you go so Juma Ding. We will accept it in good faith. We are going to work extra hard. Said the we will contain things around. And as it stands now, predictions are it's so clear. Say Obianya the needed turnout. I bet me I win these elections. We're 49%, and this is 40. I think 48. Sorry, 45. So nobody crosses the line. No party crosses the line to become the elected party. So. Prof, why are there? I'm sure say Odi Jumadi be say, but now why exposing? Said the beya, yes or no? The parties involved in your bit to me. I hear Jumading. Now yet me attend things around. I hope, say, and this among your corner, we stand a very good chance of winning these elections. No two ways about it. Per the energy, the real campaign, Ghana as it stands now economically. The MPP, we now, I think say NDC stands a better chance of winning these elections. Me if I won't question crowd, you are John, you are Baumia, Dr. Baumia. Prior to the 2016 elections, make very emphatic lectures upon lectures. Our catcher said no, as not the economy in the year 2016, it was that bad, and for that matter, now you are John Dramani Mahama incompetent. Some of the things he said were that the exchange rate now, not dollar, as at that time, now 4 Ghana cedis. And now, what the total one, and a dollar, Ukra dollar bakwa, Ubenya 16 cedis and over. So, young Kumu break crown, yet the sun no more women, Sudia, and now say the total one. You can confidently or clearly say no. Then MPP is so abysmal, performance and enjoy. And on Nanchain, say here the price of fuel as at 2016. Now a whole gallon of fuel 14 Ghana cedis. and then men will say, so won't cross 75 Ghana cities, won't mean to petrol 1 gallon. Young Fano Sontunche, Yanko cement, and then cement tobacco before 2016, not cement tobacco near what to meet on 23-24 Ghana cities. And then, so won't cross 100 and over Ghana cities, won't mean afford a bag of cement. So these are what the realities are affecting every person.
Yeah.
And no answer, young share dying high rent before Nanka Ukra, I think 2,000 Ghana cities averagely Ghana, Kwasiha, with many 1 bedroom behind. And never know what I say. And yes, I'm Ketwa, and we any Muslim. And to looking at these indicators and some mere consumables, say be a 5 kg of rice. And now first, you know, like 20 Ghana cedis are now 25, and they won't go 100 and over Ghana cedis. I want to mean 5 kg of rice. So these are the things that affect the ordinary Ghanaian or the average Ghanaian. And for that matter, if you are unable to address some of these challenges of the citizens, it means that you are not a good government enough, or you are not as competent as you claim. And for that matter, Ghana is going to vote you out. Clearly, me and come question we need change yet. Yen you know any musem. So we share the Oman way, baby Oman could do a shanty idea crown form. Said no ufri tech na also beba kromwa unkra 30 Ghana cedis oba kromwa beka krom untumi sanko wachi akwan de mayebi hospitals UCCB ye nyina yeso ye bi NDCC hospitals ye akwan ye infrastructure bebre cycle interchange ye terminal 3 port expansion ye but how does that translate into the well-being of the ordinary Ghanaian? That is the most relevant thing. So ubesi dan kukuruku ubeye akwan pepepe ubeye interchanges. Now at the end of the day, the average Ghanaian cannot afford a bowl of kinky or cannot meet the 3 square meals a day. It is not, well, you know, rocket science now also about not okay. It means that you don't consider the welfare of the people. And for that matter, you need to be voted out.
Okay.
Yes, that is a very emphatic statement from me. And Prof, why are they? I will always commend you for that yeoman's job. Why? But young people who say about one year to no. Sabi any infrastructure about to.
Okay.
Any acquiring about to.
Okay.
Any hospitals about to.
Okay.
But the well-being of the Ghanaian, average Ghanaian, is what is going to decide the winner of these elections.
Okay.
But that's it, Mr.
Okay, so Mr. Otu Achampong, Frank, and I will share no enyumbre, Etieno enyumbre, yes. A democracy Jumadi so Prof. Yes.
Okay, we to be and I agree. In fact,
but before I be answer, no, me can embisa Otu Achampong, Frank. Okay, say we calculation no per each constituency, you know, about 380 plus. Okay,
yes,
so you also a lecturer, so that's why I'm a person.
I do a lot of research.
Yeah, we do a lot of research. So in your view,
yes,
nanka sample size be nanka be representative enough.
Well, at least when you have a voter turnout and as a voter population of about 18 million, and even with that, when you consider the various regions now, Oba Ashanti region, the stronghold of the NPP, and so if you select the sample from a place like Bantama, or select 1,000 from Bantama now, it's definitely going to be for the NPP because it's the stronghold of the NPP. So how are you going to balance this? As a researcher, your sampling mechanism, are you going to use purposive sampling? Two types, either probability or non-probability. So Prof will be in the best position to address some of these questions.
Okay.
So so I expect him to answer some of these questions.
Okay, that's fair. Hey, Prof.
Yeah. Usha academics and let's say it was a near interesting conversation on city until Professor says me gap mediama between President Mahama and Vice President Bawumiano and the man suspicious. And hence, so Augusto Awokanana or no person say, and he said it on TV. Say they consult Minya Musa Dankwa a lot.
Okay.
And I may train agency say, and when I may train agency say, oh, but if you consult Musa Dankwa, sometimes now or Cape Coast, I'm saying there's an event in Cape Coast. So consulting Musa Dankwa there, then Musa Dankwa is given a 12 percentage point gap between President Mahama and Vice President. That is not a threat. That you don't have a problem with that. That for you is reflective. Say you hear you beti me akoto aba ma obi akonya 12 na Ghana ye to aba. Oh, you don't have a problem with that. And you have a research report that says there's a 3% gap between one and the other. In the end, but I mean, a fantastic question. Now, make can say, so by a research be a the unit is the constituency, and the overall no, a certain minimum sample size as unya. Maka mesa kabio so we population of 18 million senior year. The minimum sample size is 16,500. What screen touch in this one can be display why it is so. Now, it's about for you to plug in like online calculators to determine sample size. And no baby so confidence interval wo pay. No what you to 95 and now 90 something.
Okay.
Now plug in now say bisa o person imagine of error of saying now why now I press send no amount adi. No ewo. But the Americans say when the population is heterogeneous, you don't have the laxity to use the plugins. So we estimate a minimum possible sample size for the behavior of that population.
Okay.
And I'm saying so be yes or no person or follow science properly. There's no research around this population of 18 million. SN is sample less than 16,500.
Okay. No less than 16,500.
Enti my questions is here and say and your question say or answer. So oje sampling did research that na polls are nyina e bia onyi ni ana e mi no to champo. So GBD dia and can you imagine me dear about 100,000 sample size no. We a simple calculation no. A 350 per constituency. Can you imagine if you do the same calculation for a sample size of 2,000? No, just imagine. Almost 100,000, no? You are narrowing it down to Ferikrumbenya ABA 358. Oh, Obin divided 2,000 by 276. Mrs. Yami phone in here. 2,000 divided by 276.
You're getting 7.2.
7.2.
Yes. That is what we are faced with. Obisu ba no be ye 500,000 da. Why am higher sample size than me? Say, even though you have the luxury to select part of the whole, so making sure say you are increasing to the barest maximum.
Okay.
Yeah,
it should be proportional because the constituencies do not have
not the
equal.
same. So you are
So the heterogeneity of the constituency will require
yes. So for example, 70,000 sample I'll be selecting should be different from maybe a Kita South population maybe 50,000.
Okay, so to be fair to the research, that one is not apparent on the face of what he said.
Okay.
It is. Okay.
Sample size, was it that across Serbia we used to be having fans of 400 per consensus?
No.
Every consensus.
No.
So proportional.
Absolutely. You see, I stated the definition. Me say me sampling no. Aya na ni ebeko ho a ratio of your contribution to this 18 million, the ratio of your contribution to the total voter population. That's it. One thing I want to assure people is that so we bear research at Tutunasia. It will not be a professor of research. I want to assure people every day I will get the opportunity. I will assure I have graduated up to 7 PhD holders. They are Dr. So today. I wouldn't play with me field of expertise. So for example, Ofano me person who say and yet the same across region by region. All right. And so if I say central region is doing a sample of 9,572. That region.
The
entire region 9,700 and something. Eastern region is doing 8,489. Nawaba northern region as a region is doing 6,878. And mind you, these are final data.
Okay.
It thought there be a new size kakra so you clean the data before you use. Ashanti region is doing 14,413. Nawaba Greater Accra Bono let me say Greater Accra na Greater Accra is doing 20,000.
Hey, Greater Accra I am more than
in the register. Greater Accra is more than by over.
No, about 14,000 and 20,000 there.
Who clean we are. Ebema numbers
okay.
They may lose their proportionality, but yet too wide.
Okay, now that is appreciated.
That assurance is given.
I Frank, are you okay with the explanation?
Yes, I should think so. But then, many know background discussion.
Okay, that's okay. That's fine. Mamu shaye mu amutie democracy and the bremo enyumbre science and data 2024 December post and wasem enayeka 2 weeks to the final day, that is the 7th of December for the elections. Now mayor mamembra na yembisa New Patriotic Party from the data or the buy there, that is Dr. Mahmoud Baumia akade but on cross 50% plus one mark no
lawyer said odi kan no ye nyina no ye wo similar field a for all the levels na actually akudru no research ayaye now also as a student of research this meaning the importance of the year canepa because na me sustainable and governance development because research be what takwane bugo. So I was talking about sustainability. Then we were looking at mining in Asifono. Then the result that I got, some of the betutu Ashanti home, na me the tutu eastern region home. Now who say a benpa na wamu ya yentafo if you say na wamu nuanom no esese. Prof medase yen New Patriotic Party research bia ni wa ye botu go. Not even Musa Danquest research. Ye montungu because unim eto da bia na na meka che prof no ate don be do because nipa no kan no enye ne de me meti hey time Musa Dankwa be ka say ye to aba in September or August no a nka oforikrum Dr. Baumia benya 3%. As man bisa am ho say na ye polling station executives no kra no wo mo ye sen wo mo yankufo no so kra no ye sen na other sympathizers ye sen ba so aka esi bisa ehu say edie na account for sa ensemo no nti notwithstanding ye were internal research ye nim de ye hunu bodi awaka no ye de tutu ho ye hwe ba bia ye piki aka se busi na bi ho a enye ha na ese ka me my decide say feature ko I'm going to engage you especially on the 5 constituencies within Kumasi no hu say na she me mase no hu the best are the next 10 days the remedials to get the numbers. What kind about 75%? Dr. Baumia is doing about 75%. If you look at the records, right? Eda Obinya election, a course power 2004. The second term of Dr. Mr. J. Kufuor, when you 76.97. Me fa say 77 po enonya e na 2020 Nanadu enya 71.64. 2008 enya 72.53. All right. 2012 enya 70.89. 2016 and the course ro udi enebedi 204 nechi nanu ya 76.27. And it gave us huge margins, sir. You're doing the election. And so you're doing 75 point something percent, your expectation is a huge margins, sir. But to Minotio, now you're talking about sample size. You made an assertion, say, Ashanti region, the number no higher in PP stronghold. But you forgot to say, or see, research, it was 276. Which includes SAR. Babia Yantu Huaba Eda say if old records nedia. Which is to say capturing the 9 supposedly NDC holds no leads, Sa 9 or capture you. So why would we then argue say so Ashanti region samples, Ebema figures be 2 Greater Accra 20,000 6,000 difference between Ashanti and Greater Accra. All right? And cumulatively, when you the results now, ɔde ama yɛn no nti yɛn as political party ni deɛ ɛyɛ yɛn sɛ deɛ bɛsi atitrate no na gya yɛsi wonya adagye kum tate a wohu ne nsono ɛyi ne nsono no lawyer ɛno na mede ɛbɛhwɛ ba wonim na otuo ka asɛm bi ɔte asɛm wɔ sɛ mete sɛ otuo mɛsrɛ woyɛ prof woyɛ lecturer wɔ university nsɛm bi wɔ hɔ a yɛnya ma bɔtum tiri ɔndafoɔ ne nka sɛ wosi sɛ yɛwɔ hospitals yɛwɔ akwan yɛwɔ school papa ɛnim fasoɔ biara ɛma nipa gye sɛ yɛde kɔkɔhwɛ nipa n'asetrem lawyer oh yes no okotu say
no or say we may have good roads, we may have hospitals near that, but the bottom line and it's saying standard of
the can difference between the woman difference between the woman
now we
say you were kwan you were school you were say na mmom
wase
asmo kan no wase we ya kwan we hospital we school na say aduane boarding we na ba akwa boarding a ho mfa so e wo so ma no anything wase it should be related, but what you need to understand is say obetimi atodokono 3 pesos na say wo yare na wo ni hospital e behwe wo a wo bewu wo yare no antimi ankwa adwuma productivity e be ko form, it affects the economy. Hwɛ tama president Kufuor enye so for asafo
interchange
no na brand about na wo hɔ no lawyer that time na udi teacher wo
Selwin
no na so wo ba betwam akɔ a Foxa
yeah
wotimi di traffic in 2 hours yes adwuma ni free hɔ the maximum time you spend there 5 minutes correlate that with productivity and then faso a wobenya and now so say adenti na ye ka say aduane boy den why because some say nkurase sebi nkurun kitwa ba bia ye ekua no wo ma kwan nye cars no drivers ne si wo mo komra no na attire pai no mo springs abubu na sefo enti wo mo de nyina hyem enu ti na ma ayi no enti sa wo tra na ka chem say akwan ye yie ehun nim faso, let me put it in quotes na wo de bekasa asem na eya na ya ba lawyer notwithstanding cinema we say nyina no you benchmark the dollar and
no, enye enough no is it the same as ehun nim faso? If somebody say why we ni enye enough for the people to vote based on data as he says ehun here
that many kind enough we na kan na
mesa asem na misumi bisa
min kan enough o mesi o si enu eni say eya link to what say a link to in the link to a no near can was okay and no near can was lawyer your what secondary school maybe called the best school in Ghana, St. Augustine's. Well, you be can the best school. Lawyer, your work form 4 form 5 certain near teachers in Janico Alata a branch be fit twice senior high school secondary school eba 6 form lower 6 or no and a bachelor in government lawyer minya 1 our government samre no na facilities na what to ase no na yemfa enkasem because people were looking at St. Augustine's, Achimota, Infantipim, Adisco, Owas, Prempe, and then Asifono. But the Samre no, na ye develop infrastructure no. Our science labs no papa said the next STEM education and then Asifono na what system no muna. Me jidi se enke bimpanka on St. Augustine say obeyanis form education. Ewo hono. Enko betra to ase. Ayeno. Enti development, infrastructure development, and economy and economic development, you know, a tie up. Again, you talked about prices of commodities. Or see petrol boy is saying 74 cedis per gallon. Very good. Emrana na ye di cheno. Near Kosa line, cry near Nyebi. Near Kosa line, near Nyebi. 2012 eba lawyer wo kai say yetumi ka gas abo na for the cylinder na ma na bitumi ma ye ma ne enko school ne na mu chin kwase copper cylinder gas ato na ya de che na ban de che okubu a na news ka na bi ni ho nti say e bi ni ho like imagine say aboa bi afro wo say wo bi aka sebi asemka na wo what campaign na wunya serum bia e de be wo ma ho atọ eni say ebi wo ho na ne boardin na beto no yankwa no let's put everything aside yamfa emotions in free let's use reason to talk about that say no say two scenarios no they na be prefer they pa na be prefer say wo sika ngu ho na wunya bi nto ensa ho yare na wo yare na ebi wo ho na mom no boarding which oh nti eto da bia asem no ye kan again dollar no efiri hin about 75 pesos na Joma Hamajan ho ko ye no sato buy be dia da na nya 75 pesos so na 1 cedi
president Kufuor
buy again they make some mistakes eto da bia o kan no ho ye misre enu ti na 2 weeks dan term na prof kan no very critical wonim ya tisi forma ya kire ne mabi mu no krofonti ase bi aba me ko baby group bi akohia na sem ni say na tiana because people were polluting them with lies where 2016 asema Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia kan asema MPP kan asema Nana Akufo-Addo kan ye to wo so aba 2020 meboa when we win
Akufo-Addo of course
nti ya pese etra ha ka kire se ensema ye kan 2016 no sebi na nyansa nim na Ghana fo enni adwene ti no msan to abama ye bi ho na eto transibusu aho se edi asem between 2020 no aye to aba nwie ba ene ne no asem be ne siye ana asem ben ena aba leader o se chemensa bonsu kan asem be ha lo ya wudi ho adanse me madam fu me enyo kra de onye madam fu me nua no me no obi etu nsa frɛ yen me no mienu enye se madam fu no na
ye ko na nsa to na kan se me because we kan anya sa na ti a wo se
ye ko ye tu kwan kwa amano ne wonim se me wo herbal supplement bi a me use the last time I told you it was about $57. That was 2019, 2020. The last time I knew to Kambo this year, you could $157. And then I see between Sam Reno and in America. Prof, and yet it's where any I'm some near come. America, United States of America.
Na Ohio odwan de na dani
odwan ukokundwan mu a na some be $200 as a saying and na dwan mu a wokọ family house na kọ no mu ku prepare man wa o si wantu akura no tu $700 yes me say be men your ti console yachi a yes sign call program bi wo UK minim do inviting but we happen to be there together. Ye call ye no say eja me de obi madam fu bia man ba bi nto ba betra me nchen fridge no na ye esi kitchen ho no na enkosua ewo ye call no ma stock na me kosua no crate no na wo mu 10 and am say kosua crate 10 there and am say and fee after COVID by ye kosua na won chichiri no 12 but it say ya so about 10 no so kra no board din chance na ye 12 nti eya me and ye create impression na chere Ghana for say Ghana nkwa na ho chere aba but ye see mu na ye chere nsem mu nkrofo ti ase e be realize say na me nua no wo Connecticut no na bosumi bia no atimi brem $100 na so ene e bia bosumi nsia afi na no brem $100 no e dia sem ben na abantia. So people are getting the understanding of the real situations. So and yet Ghana nkuna sem atuye. Yes, yeah we sin to be nom. And not na Dr. Bawumia and nama waje to me say lawyer. Or say me did say bijitum say Ghana ye see the dollar no ne bo no ekoso me tia kunwa mu a minim kwan a mefa so ne hihye ba ko ne say adenti ne wo sika akwa wo ha ne leverage ye dollar ye gold no emfa hwe dollar nti say me say ebia company A or ye expatriate that's why ye adwuma ha that's why the be $300 million and no de sisa to ne Ghana no de akwa manoni a ye monfa cedi no ento gold no wo hanom to the tune of $300 million. Don't find cost Switzerland. Not Swiss for no and turn ho into Anika. And the pressure on dollar no dollar and cost no. A beba form. And this is what solution Dr. Baumia a profile. Bisa who say you Rajo Mahama. We just baby at me one instance say me ba saying me no. Until the can say enumerating and which and I'll call the Hana cook a cement board iodine and I'll call Hana petrol boy and a gas burn and park crab when you didn't that so no a boo amunt me to that rock crab mum. Ntu one to me and Charles say that one no Makwa Koyen and I say they were talking about industrialization. Wama Hoka 24-hour economy. One crown no coconut going to meet to me. Lawyer, you starting one district, one factory Ghana. What the council women know diswa grache nipa saying wanum na radicals ha policy no enya this for ya betra ha no mo si atwetwe e da bi me nim wo ha e na no reading na bus wo kai e ka kitikiti nka ya tuma mento on this same policy of one district one factory awo mo si atwetwe. Now, without industrialization, you know, how will you talk about import substitutes?
Okay.
And this is the policy, Dr. Baumia, every trait. But the Uber now can trial and a human new ho. Meanwhile, a human new lawyer. What the wood on Sako share cratasi. Eji to Musa won't fa obie Jumamu for 4 years. Me see, if you 2012, a baby in 2016, next is a year school. Obia ni hwa ye fa na adwuma enti 4 batches eno na ma backlog aba aban we MPP aban ya fa wo mo a can't even kwara yen ye ba e be training wo mo no afi na fa 2020 2021 for a training wo mo no e wo adwuma enti se wo no wanu no akọ fa ba e no ene ojejeje so wan kwa fa sa asem no amma 2012 to 2016 na nka ba be ka se adwuma eni ho enti nipa ba kwa na no aye de dabia me ka hwe ejapade die wa bremi de aba no wo de janua o hwe so yi mami fa nyo de okay ni so be yima fi so mami wie hanom no hwe bible mu a brantie no a ni papa ejapade
bible ayi ben bible
bad is for the prodigal son
him ayi ben
wo say wo hin eye bible masam ne
bible him fa
enti asoma be kan be kai quotation no men kai mama me kan oje ni papa japade
bible no him fa bible no is it Matthew Mark Luke or
John wo say mre odi koye ena odi kotena disco 24-hour disco every scan say japade ni nyina ni nua no ne papa no ena na hwe mmoa no eye adwuma no ebo papa no obaye no no abode aka no ho eban enti obi said Dr. Mahamdu Bawumia oni nanado policies are papa say free SHS ne de aka nyina agenda 111 Mahama ka say sebi ya na anwene ho ne eye no san ejapade we say no e Ghana de no wan fa nya ono so onkom mehwe so yie na obi a no say ade ne nye no onfa ho no di atem no wo di jano o di 24-hour disco o di kotra ho abo ase no e magana abonti na se to aba ama Dr. Mama
I come back to you, Mayor. Democracy Jumadi and our Gusa Ushe Enyumbre our Kessben television. We're also live on Kessben radio. We're live on all social media handles. Professor Smart Sapon Ewoha Enyumbre lecturer Kumasi Technical University. He is a dean of research, innovation, and development. He's a poster research and ababonting ayeka enyumbre. Frank Otu Achampong, a lecturer at Spiritan University. He speaks for the National Democratic Congress, and Mr. Samuel Pine, mayor for Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly, speak for the New Patriotic Party. Mr. Achampong.
Minia. Me perceive me ma clarity be honorable akasembi, but me didn't hear kakra say asem na me ka say akwan infrastructure ne dey but the most important thing here say the average Ghanaian or the diakon name and as we go need to better I will say it belongs to what the periphery of the argument or the thing bishop about Benkai. It's very unfortunate. You will Kromu has say the then candidate Akufo-Addo o ka kire say akwan yanwe do your research.
When can prove it to me?
I should prove it to you. Or say
akwan yanwe no. Akufo-Addo go ka say akwan
wanwe o ka sara mete ha me din ma o ka de o be ka ma me kwan na me so me nkasa
na boy force and mama akwan na aka
ko when you force. It is the known public knowledge. Sir, Nana do dem Akufo-Addo ka na ya tawti ya hu say ya akwan ya roads ya infrastructure or say akwan yanwe
o ka ne hin
o ka ne simpie so no kan ye original simpie so ne kan ye over maybe you come yanim no to ka say John Dramani Mahama professor and on proffer any solution to this unemployment we have who 24-hour economy. It's a policy and a program I you John Dramani Mahama as whatever.
Okay.
Juma and I'm interested now.
Mami say why Roberta mabin kind messages kakrebi, then I'll come to you na makomo final way prof just oblige me just mami try say me come messages kakra. Okay, so Kingsley Efijasi says what I want to ask is were the US agitating over poor economy during their last elections? MPP nyehwe ewiase na ayedin. Kingsley Edia Osende Ediba Enyumbre. Good evening to you, lawyer. I'm Amas from Jache Bosomche. All indications show that MPP is winning both parliamentary and presidential elections come December 7. But we should not be complicit. We need to work extra hard to be able to achieve this victory, he says. This one says, good evening to you, lawyer, and your cherished panelists. MPP winning 51.23%, parliamentary 144 seats. Lawyer, kindly help me with Honorable Samuel Pine's contact. I need to talk to him, please. TK Bibiani sends us this message. Now this one says, lawyer, Sampai defend his position. Let him talk. If his party loses, he will lose mayor. Okay. But your microphone, you're off. Why? From the year 2000 to 2016, was food productivity prices the same, and DC always do cheap politics. We are moving forward. I am Kwabena from Enyirisi Elembele. Now this one says I am Noble, a support of MPP, but I wish to vote for NDC this year. But before I do so, let the NDC communicator mention 4 social interventions of NDC since 1992, because MPP have over 7, for which I would like to mention a few of them. That's Ghana Card, NHIS, free education for SHS, free education for basic level, school feeding, etc., etc. Now, this one says, lawyer, thank you. I'll say thank you to the NDC should spare as ears of what happened in Tachiman in 2020 election. The NDC behaved like an ostrich. They caused what happened in Tachiman and turned around to blame the government. EC, the security services, and everybody by themselves, who want the radio station to call the people to come to the collation center. He who calls for the piper calls Fortune. In team, I have Ohene sends us this message. Now, this one says NDC is winning this election because the hardship, corruption, nepotism, disrespect, and arrogance of this MPP government. They have to go to opposition. Wafa Takwa sends us this message. Now, this one says, okay, your hi is also a hi to you. This one says, lawyer, please, good evening to you. Tell the NDC that so if Mahama were to be president from 2017 coming, what would be the price of cement and foodstuffs that he is talking about? We have tried President Mahama before, and also if Mahama comes to power, price of fuel will be 5 cedis or what? They should know that the whole world is moving forward. So should stop that campaign. Okay, this one says Achampong says Professor Smart Sapon survey has put MPP in front to win this year's election. 49.1% is against NDC. 45% is a very welcome news, but we must drive away complacency and continue to work harder, room to room, road to road, etc., etc. He says. Okay. Now, this one says, good evening to you, lawyer. Let the NDC man understand that in my village, Bayerebon Nyamiche Krom, we don't use dollars to buy anything. Free education is important. Atapoku sends us this message. This one says, lawyer, thank you. It is possible for the battle as the laws. Achi Goro from Cardiff, UK sends us this message. This one says, NDC shall lose because of the insult to the leaders of the nation. From Maxwell at Achina Krum Ejoso. Okay, he wants to know the price of Kenke during Kufuor's time and compare it to Mahama. If it is the same, he will want to know. Now, this one says, good evening to you, lawyer. My name is Antwi Ajay. I have Ushidium lawyer. I send a lot of tests, but you don't read my text messages. Please thank to Honorable say Chairman Sabozu for the hard work for the MPP lawyer. Can I get your phone number and Professor Smart's phone number, lawyer? Thank you. I will say thank you too. Now, this one says, okay, I'm sure I've read this one. This one says, from Afoko, Deputy Youth Organizer, Akontombra Constituency. Good evening to you, lawyer. No amount of propaganda, tricks, and lies from the side of the NDC and former President Mahama can change the mindset of Ghanaians for making mistake to reject Dr. Bawumia, the big brain, he says. We can't read all the messages, so we try to manage. Lawyer, good evening to you. Please tell the NDC man, Mr. Frank Che, that comparing high prices, don't vote again. Please, NDC time, and now it's 8 years, so things will never be the same. Look at infrastructure now. Let's think about the future, not now. This is coming from Kwachi Edward Nasa Atonsu Agogo. Okay, 2 minutes and I'm back to the studio. This one says, lawyer, you see the reason why the NDC will lose this election. Ask him what was the cocoa price when Mahama was a president. They can then see Bawumia as the next president. Case closed. Asempa Yetia. Atimbila Pato Kentampo sends us this message. This one says, good evening to you, lawyer. Ghanaians' living condition would have been much worse under Mahama and the NDC if they are to be in power by now. Everything would have been sold thrice the price as of today, and 30 cedis to the dollar. They said so many negative things against the Kufuor's administration. Yes, squandered the prices and slept in doing so for 4 years. This one is coming from okay, Papa. Thank you for your message. I'm sure I can do one last message. This one says the only NDC communicator making his preamble without mentioning Baumia in its rather talk on NDC policies, and he is superb. Okay, he's commending Mr. Frank Otu Achampon for his submission. Okay, so let me read this last one because I think it's about the research. Papa Lawyer, good evening to you. Even Musa Dankwa, Lazy Po, NDC believe it, and I don't understand why NDC members are attacking Prof. Okay, this is coming from Bright, from Takwa Bright. The message I cannot read. Now back to the studio, Prof. Well, this is that we have 10 minutes, okay. So we can do 5, 5, 5. And then maybe we'll be good to go. Let me just say
10 minutes.
No, we are closing at 9:30. Now we are 9:20, so we have 10 minutes. Okay. So we can do 5, 5, making 15, and then
you can still balance some time.
1 B, and then we are
okay.
Yeah, so 5 minutes.
So scenario, very interesting. Come on. Na me pese me ba mi, but if some fancy are discussing research na kakra meka for mun come on say sa net here opposition communicators no umbeka the bad side, so what I say. So it's normal mutie no, you must understand that or amplify or so what techere mapem enanka na no so ya apem a anko de beka de bia enye ewa aban mu. It's normal, it's accepted.
Okay.
In fact, MPP ni bia expect say NDC ni ba beka ne ya mana and your expectation is in futility. And na MPP ni so beka ne yefa na membo no, because ntimi ma say aban ba betena so a onya de papa bia.
So research the dem pa na inform enkrufo me bisa we, because say na work as NDC may want to look at the current economic situation and say a dire situation. But is it enough to paint a gloomy situation and not prefer solutions? Ebeman Krufo akase okay, there were challenges, but based on the solutions o prefer no. Yeah, you see the mawa obeyi frisa or hanum ti entoma. And as I say about we num antimi amomodin economy no dey ahochira ba nti empamo mo keke. What informs I don't know, so the question no yes from where I will land the entity maybe say
two things, but me know to a champion here the mama no clue back say obetimi abon penny for my name dey adwuma within the business districts. So amenom subinha if I say ablikuma central wabuso kind na America wabuso kind nominate our business center o kan kwe do o shiri ketekene collect cloth nom ni ade. I think said there is a communication gap. Yes, and then why they were port, and so in only mudin command omunim as a response and as a expected response a flat rate. Say the content of Ebiamu manifesto no on that side has not been communicated to them. Say be what kind?
No, I mean, please, 2 minutes. Don't ignore them. We go 2 minutes.
No, so a clue because it's not enough to say to the businessman. The way forward is what? Yeah, the one before him, flat rate. Must start to cry estimation. So there's a 42 feet container. They buy say people are beginning to work their future business around the flat rate. More be a message money new business community for the whole. They have actually missed out on what NDC in respect of the free at the advice. But the American say nyangwa say obi beka as a papa family dear who for me it's normal. But near tia organ hapa ne say ane se nyema mo ayedin a me say baby na me ye adwuma be ho na me guso am ye adwuma me come salary into abonten but me so me salary so akosoro pa.
Okay,
do you get it? Obia Ghana adwuma any bia can bear with us between 2016 and 2017 babedu sabri. Yes, salaries have gone a bit so bia and the obia we cannot crash.
Okay, until so then actually a champion can you find say cement more in 20 16 a oka say ene akwakodru say so remember say we worker you are looking at a situation where at the 2016 say now we bia 2000 cedis and it me to spend do saying and they will salary say they increase here do ne better do saying so we hear that competition now they to me to more it means say significantly no I won't share with them but you are not worse off.
Absolutely. I like the word worse off because your negotiation, like I said, I've been a union leader before. Your negotiation be the watchword on the table, Labour Commission for watchword on the table, so that the worker is not worse off. The work you committee be 10 times worse off na indicated your data on prices of goods and services, inflation, negotiation such that no worker will be worse off. I'm speaking as a former union member. And we must say energy prices ekosro. But the reverse ne say me kanya NDC ni be kan ni MPP ni be. The reverse is that energy is available. That your friend indicator be index of economic activities. IEA, index of economic activities. Under the same condition, index of economic activities have gone up.
Okay.
Because energy is available, people are engaging. Oka energy no cost factor to index of economic activities. Say, is it actually killing businesses or businesses are going
thriving? Okay,
and the availability and the index going up tells me say more de kwa be so beja energy nesi subiano na ejo my phone fanya mo penesa since energy ni bi ni
okay me da say okay me da say Edward Saki o say me Emmanuel Gomwa Lome o say me kan o message bia but anwumre mabo odin abo ahu so message no I've seen it. O say lawyer kindly ask Professor Smasapom to respectfully send me his outcome for Gomwa West and Gomwa East, both parliamentary and presidential. Say anwumre makan o message and he said what would it take what would it take for NPP to be able to cross the 49.1% within this 2-week time frame? Okay, so anwumre makan o message because you have accused me as for years in makan o message. That's why I've read your message.
Say yentimi nye no private conversations say the MPP for here pa umbe from say be kekani enti na say NDC for so ntimi me nye the private one day
baby
no can just say one day let's do it on the screen.
Okay yeah we can arrange
take it one by
one. We can minus the politicians so that you
because this is a very important question and
okay
so be mu de be atem de
me da say oto champo yenko
I want to say the port issue now Prof Kano, I would say the advice it is taken in good faith, but I will also say we've made it clear to port importers and say there are several taxes abiding the good importations. No young NDC among say ba we will try as much as possible. Say better tax thing in either.
Okay.
So that will reduce the port duties drastically. Okay. That is our approach.
Okay.
See, omuntedia omadaroma adaroma ye no so be ko ho. Ye be kan mo no mo so say. Then again, now Prof Okabibi say there has been a corresponding increase in salaries. Inflation, prices of commodities
there has been an increase.
Sure. The me person me can say in the last 2 or couple of years, there have been several labor agitations.
Okay.
Indeed, say prices of commodities now are skyrocketing. Say salaries and so are increasing correspondingly. And there wouldn't be that labor agitations.
Okay. Oh man, can I say we don't have time, please? Yanko, who's so touch about Yanko?
No, you don't do this.
Oto, we don't have time, please, Yanko. Oto, Yanko. Oto, land, do your time now, so.
Let me communicate. So there have been several labor agitations. You will bear with me, honorable. Ntino Adaroma, ya na mo address. Such punch holes, no. Eboamu, me punch say ya. No akọ address na aboamu. Then lastly, the private sector worker. On increase biao, but here the voter turnout, public sector workers now
okay.
They are not even up to 1 million.
Okay.
Until the year the one affecting the private sector worker and the self-employed people.
Okay.
Are almost facing this difficulty. Into Oman Penny Wadaroma. The last days, do something before you die.
Okay.
So
Maybe that's it. Hey, Mayor, you have the final say. Yeah.
Tema Dr. Mahmoud Baumia call UPSC. Or call any policies, any programs. And sample na ye betro.
That was in February 2024.
Okay, support duties asem. Na one ekranema no. Hwe levies na ewo port no. Apart from COVID levy and as a sanitation levy eka ho no. Levy bia wo ho bia and this for na introduce here. Every single levy
and I'm maintaining.
Inti sa oba no be ka kire o say or no introduce ade no be ka kire o say e ya de boni no create impression say obi na dia ba e ho na sa double tongue mahama unto wo ne katre ma pinta o ba ko wo poison no na de ba ko huhu wonte ano sa katre ma ne da de mahama
na de wa ye won say waka odana.
Oh yes, waka am nti na ma to example me ati from the known to the unknown me o chechire ni
enja unko na chechire ni papa
nti ne katre ma na pinta hwe ye mofra ne ye nuanom ye ma ye nananom ye wo fasefo a e wo senior high school any awofo a e wo fie lawyer senka ye ka admission fees nya ka bed sheet o mbeto nya ka uniform o beto ya panadua ni obedi for term no sanya mani nyina wo ka bom na I'm telling you nka parent bia e be yi sika not less than 10,000 cedis per semester.
Nano yede amase wa ko wege ye ko jan ho aye be bana ne ba me ebisa se enti eno asa like eno wa say fees
mi se wa
am se wa ko wege ho okay am se wa ko wege
aka gram na akunda dia so abafi enti lawyer enti wo hwe sa ne ma no hwe na mo ka kokwa so bibisa ene kokko kwani oton one bag oton cement 31 bags
obi asende aba
depending on if cement abeto no cement bi ho a range between 75 cedis to 85 cedis e be 95 cedis eno different matter altogether but to be seriously labor agitation mo kan labor agitation bia basu na nsem bia so about salaries it's about working conditions and na wo marriage bia e ka mu eno ne ka ho asem but lawyer me kan e dey wie no me see abana ye koto no integrity and credibility of the candidate so a key factor say obia we are seeing nyina timi hu so ye corrupt oje corrupt oye corrupt pa lawyer say ye timi bi say we are corrupt why the bribe that say me say me ye nipa da say ni ana na lawyer me ti we ye ko bia dan ko di ufo no mpanchi no ya na ekuma what is appoint bi so ye corrupt da enye nipa na ye corrupt sa candidate no na unu obga eya musa say baumia eye trofo no ne tro no ebi ne den because obi ka say oka so be say apanya mukro na munim nyansan che obia no enya na mro be she no say fike post ko nkran kran no ka wo ya kwani ya wo ya kwani ya ka be di wana enya mo na mkan e ena da mo no a wo ka rubbish no wo beta hu wo mo ka tra na panta ma ha ma ka tra ma onye trustworthy any say trust no ebi no mo ye yo
on that note okay
nipa wo unya magician and ade adwuma ba unya magician na ade adwuma ba and also be create adwuma
me da say Valentine from Bia West say thank you lawyer though cocoa cost of cement is high but under Nanado 1 bag of cocoa can buy 30 bags of cement as compared to Bahamas time. It is possible, he says. Okay. We need to find another time to go. More yaba, then we'll look at that. Okay, so about on crap on Sima Edriasan Ewo Kessben Kasafidi. So democracy Jumadi and I de bro. Meda process ma sapona say beda utu a champion Frank I say beda Mayor Samuel Pine I say yeda also so as so ne atra abesi sabre. Yes sorry so na yetwa Jumadi and so Yankopon enka mo ho enwumbre.